if you think about yourself, you really think about your past, you look at it, you're like, that is actually an interesting character. Don't think of it as being you. Think of it as a character in a game or a character in a book. Would you read that book?
Mm-hmm.
Majority of the time, everyone would say, yes, I would love to read that book. Finish the book. You are that character. You get to pick how the book ends. You get to pick how the game ends.
Yeah.
Life is wild. Until you realize that you're the main character, you're never going to finish the story.
Welcome to another episode of the Sweet Talking Podcast with your host, Neferty. It's great to see you all again. Thank you so much for being here whenever you may be watching this in the future. Appreciate you tuning in. I hope you've been enjoying these episodes and the awesome guests that we have had. As you can see, obviously, we're still in the same location. We'll be here probably for another couple of episodes, but I hope you guys have been enjoying the episodes, enjoying the themes, enjoying the conversations that come along with these podcasts. Before we get started with everything, I do want to take a quick moment to thank my patrons. Without them, I wouldn't be able to do a lot of stuff that I'm able to do. They are essentially helping to fund my creative pursuits and allow me to do much and more, not only for the podcast, but also for the community that is so actively supporting me. So I'm very, very grateful to all of my patrons for your support. I really do appreciate you all. With all of that said, tonight we are joined by none other than Sinna Vox this evening. They are a music producer. They also stream, and they're also a DJ. But there's a lot more to them than just those things. So I'm looking forward to digging in, asking some questions. You know, she's out here acting like she's shy about that, but she's like, yeah, there's a lot to me, and I got a lot to talk about. So I know her. I know. Sin and I have talked. We've had conversations. So I'm familiar with her antics. You know. But yeah, it's great to have you. Good to have you on, Sinna. Thanks so much for joining me tonight.
Glad I can be here.
Yeah. It's I'm really looking forward to chatting with you. And like the way that you and I met was how? Because like we've
through Vulcan.
Through Vulcan. Okay. Right. We actually met for the first time in Vulcan's stream, not on Vulcan's stream. But like in the chat.
In his chat.
Yeah, in his chat.
We were in his chat. We were telling Vulcan that you need to stream more and go back to the morning streams, so I can run up and boop him and run off the world again.
Exactly. And basically what happened was...
We got talking about the talent show, making it yearly.
Oh, yeah. Because you and I had a very... Yeah, we had a very similar like way of thinking about things. So we kind of hit it off like in Vulcan's chat, like randomly. And then from there, I had you on my stream. I think relatively soon after I had you on my stream.
So it was 2 days after I made you a VIP in my channel.
Oh, yeah.
You invited me, I think, the next day.
Yeah, because you know, you don't get made VIP in people's channels, and like that's kind of I know it's not a huge deal really. It's just, you know, it's just a title on Twitch really. But when someone acknowledges you in that way, you definitely want to make sure that you know that they're appreciated. And like I've obviously VIP'd you in my stream as well. I was not expecting that, to be honest with you. But clearly, you know, you and I have a very, very good synergy. We have very good conversations. We think relatively along the same lines. We're on the same, very similar wavelength, I would say. Yeah. So
I generally only VIP people that I have a genuine connection with. So that's my rule.
Yes, which
really close friends that I have genuine connections with get VIP in my channel.
Yeah, which works for me. I'm a very big fan, but it's just like I've never like that is the fastest I've ever gotten VIP in anyone's channel ever. It's the fastest, like literally like 1 or 2 days, 1 or 2 days afterwards. It's wild, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and kind of get into things. Like, shall we? You know, I think we have a lot to talk about, so let's get started. So, let's start at the beginning. Who are you? Yes. Who are you? Who is Sinna Vox? And you can give as much detail as you like. So, for those people who don't know who you are, have never heard of you before, who are you? And what do you do? What do you like? What makes you you?
I'm Sinna Vox. I am a music producer. I don't do it anymore, but I was a lyricist for many years. I also have worked in cybersecurity. I've worked in RCMP. I've worked in search and rescue. I've been a volunteer fire. I'm a trained medic. Name
That's
the
a
job,
lot.
I've pretty much done it. On top of all that, I own my own general contracting business as well. On top of that, and I own my own. So one thing that people get mistaken a lot is they say I have my own label. I don't own my label. I'm a direct partner with my label. There's a difference.
Okay. I see.
One is you own your label. The other one is you're a partner. So I have the freedom of doing whatever I want, picking up whatever clients I want, and they can go through me and get the same deal I have with my label. And then from there, my label basically does everything else. So the financials are covered. I don't have to face that, which would suck. I'm not good with math. Fun fact, I failed math, but yet I'm very successful at everything.
I see. I always delegate to people the thing that you're weak at. That is what you do. Give that to other people who are good at
Just
it.
find someone who's better at it and make them do it.
Exactly. So
That's how I do it with I've got Twitch and YouTube and SoundCloud.
exactly.
So those are the three that my label are directly connected to. Essentially, my label is a direct branch off of Amazon.
What do you mean a direct branch from Amazon?
They're a sub-company owned by Amazon.
So what's the name of the company?
Primarily, it's SoundCloud.
Oh no. So I
Mainly, it's SoundCloud.
Okay. So I get like
So the whole company, everyone who runs off of SoundCloud, it's them. The whole label that runs off of that.
Oh, okay.
Essentially, what
Okay.
I am, it started out before Amazon started buying Twitch and started buying everything. I already had a partnership with not Amazon, with SoundCloud. And then when they started buying everything up, they bought SoundCloud, they bought Twitch and different Amazon things. And they bought up the label that was connected to SoundCloud.
I see.
So of course then they bought rights to me, and that kind of led to my contract with Twitch. That's why my contract is a little bit different than others. So where others can, like as an example, other affiliates can stream on Kick or YouTube, and it's okay. If I were to, I'd be violating my contract. They could actually sue me. So I'm exclusive to Twitch, but they allow me to put videos and music videos on YouTube because YouTube has signed a separate contract for that.
Gotcha. Okay. All
My
right.
music life is very, very complicated.
Yeah. I mean, thank you for explaining that, because that was one of the things that I was going to ask about. Yeah.
That's one thing that people get wrong all the time is they automatically assume I own the label. I don't own the label. I'm a direct partner.
Gotcha.
So
All
I
right.
have a say sort of in what I do, but essentially the label ultimately says what I do. But I can have my direct clients run through me, so I can be a third party. The clients don't have to have direct connection with the label. Basically get paid from them, but I'd handle all their work.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. So, yeah, that definitely clarifies a number of things that I was
It's
wondering.
very complicated. It's very hard to clarify as a mute, so it's much better now that I'm unmuted.
Right, and we'll get into that later on tonight for sure. But for people who may be uncertain, let's talk a little bit about Well, I already know the answer to this, but for people who may be unfamiliar, I think it's important to kind of cover this, so there's no inherent confusion.
Mm-hmm.
What pronouns do you go by? Again, I know the answer to this already, but can we, for people who are unfamiliar, let's kind of explain things.
I am essentially non-binary. I don't see the point of gender specifics, so you can call me whatever you want. I'm comfortable with being called she, her, him, they, them, he, like whatever you feel comfortable.
Okay.
Mainly, I want you to be comfortable talking to me.
Fair. Which,
This
obviously.
is the main part.
Yeah, which is, I think that's great. I think it's, I think that's, I think it's good to kind of know exactly where you stand personally, like where your beliefs personally stand. Like, so there's no confusion for you, and there's no confusion for everyone else. So it's very, very
Exactly.
clear, which is, I think that's very, very important for anyone in general. But I'm curious how you reached that conclusion. And
How I reached that conclusion?
I kind of know a little bit of this too, but I'm sure I feel like there's a little bit more to it.
Funny enough, I think it depends on how deep you want to go into it. I can go deep into a story that's like, I don't even know if I talked to Sky about it because we never brought it up. But that was like a long time past before we even got together and actually became friends. So
Well, I think for
that's
this,
forever ago.
yeah, for the sake of conversation, I'm curious about it. So I'd like to know.
So it would have been, I don't know how many years ago. I'm too old to think of the years. So essentially, it was when I was in high school.
Okay.
When I was in high school, I started going through the process of becoming trans, and I was going from male to female. And I was actually dating someone at the time that kind of encouraged me to. And that's kind of where I started with the thought process. I just didn't get the point of defining whether gender makes sense. Like, I didn't see the point of gender really essentially defining you. Because it doesn't. You're you.
Right.
We're all human. You cut us up and we're all like the same inside. So I was like, well, we're human. And I don't really care what anyone calls me. You can call me whatever you want. I'll answer to either or. And that's kind of where it started sprouting from. Yeah.
Okay.
Unlike most trans people, though, I have actually gone. Actually, that happened when I met Sky. I went back from male to female to back to female to male. So
Okay.
a little
That's
flip flop there. A lot of people don't find that tasteful, but it was my choice.
right, and I can kind of understand why people would have issues with that. I feel like, not that I feel like, but from what little I know, and I think I say I know a little, but I'm also being fairly modest here. I do feel as though, like, or rather, I think that people have issues with that sort of thing because of the various narratives that are painted around trans people. There's like this expectation that there are no going backs. There's no there's this narrative that everyone who is trans has always been trans, or that there have never been anyone who's ever gone back on that. But that is untrue. There are plenty of people who have, changed their minds because of one reason or another, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone is in control of their life.
Of a person too.
Yeah, there are it's perfectly valid for someone to have something happen in their life or something to change in their life that allows them or gives them, clarity on something that maybe they didn't have clarity on before. And I think it's important to be able to have those kinds of conversations and talk about these sorts of things because, I think it's people get the wrong idea, and then they chastise people who don't fall in line with what everyone else does. And I'm not a fan of that either. As someone who's, as someone who's a part of the whole, whatever. It's not really. It's more like a polygon. It's not really a trifecta. It's a polygon at this point. LGBTQ plus. Yeah. So like, I think people, just like people have been like, oh, I'm pansexual, or like, people say I'm pansexual, and then like, oh well, I'm bisexual now. Or for me, just as an example, I was straight for a while, and then I was pansexual, and then I'm bisexual. Now I'm bisexual. So it's like, I think it's perfectly valid for people to just have to grow up and to change their minds, to mature, and to find reasons for that. Yeah, so it's totally cool. It's totally fun. Yeah.
The thing with life is, early on in your life, you're not gonna know you.
Exactly.
It takes time. You have to. Even when you're a teenager, you're gonna think, I know who I am. You don't know who you are. I'm sorry, sweetie, you don't know who you are. It's gonna take you another 20 years. When you're around 30, you're gonna really learn who you are and accept that and be comfortable with it.
Yeah, 100%. I like every teenager has thought that they know everything.
I thought that.
Yeah, I thought that too. I think a lot of no, I shouldn't say that. But I think a lot of people, many teens, the majority of teens, think that they have it all figured out when they're like 15, 16 years old. They don't. And I agree with you. It takes time.
I was 16. Yeah, shit. When I was 16, I had I had a job already.
Same.
I was making more money than my parents.
Damn. Okay. I wasn't doing all of that, but like, yeah, I definitely had a job when I was 15 years old. Yeah. So I know that. I know that struggle for sure. But hell yeah.
When I was 16, it was like, that's an interesting story there.
But I because of like the circumstances that that led you to you being you today.
Yes.
I'm very curious about how, like, did your voice develop at all? Because I find you very soft-spoken. I like your voice. I do like your voice, but I do find you very soft-spoken.
I am rather soft-spoken. Here's the thing: when I'm talking in VR, I'm not actually trying to control my voice, so it just comes out how it comes out.
Right.
If I try to control my voice, because okay, I grew up in Westlock, which is a tiny little town, but they have a very high funded school, and in there they taught us proper British English. So all growing up in high school, I was taught proper English. Not high school, elementary. Anyways, so if I try to properly speak, I have somewhat of a proper pronunciation of everything. But I also grew up in a small ass tiny town in the middle of fucking nowhere that is beyond country. So if I talk with if I talk like I'm talking to normal people, I have a bit of a country accent to it.
Is that how you're talking
That's
right
pretty much everyone
now?
else.
Or
No, I tried hard not to express that accent.
okay. It sounds like it's very
Well, here's the thing, if I talk
Go ahead.
Yeah, if I talk with that accent all the time, I just I don't know. I'll get stuck in it and it will never go away.
Oh, okay. So it sounds like the way that you're speaking, or the way that you speak publicly, is somewhere in between the proper speech
Somewhere in between.
and the.
When I'm talking in VRChat and I'm just like relaxing my voice, that's where I'm most comfortable. Other than that, most of the time it's like it goes back to my upbringing. I'm in public and I have that thought process of being upper middle class, and my parents always saying family image first. So having to think, okay, pronounce everything correct. Make sure you have the correct nuances in your voice, and yeah. Or if I'm by myself, just with my friends, then I just let my country slip and I go redneck.
Oh yeah, of course. You want to be comfortable around the people who are comfortable around you. Of course, yeah. So
my most comfortable though is here.
In VRChat?
Yeah.
Nice.
For sure.
Hell yeah. So can you tell us a little bit about you said you grew up in upper middle class. What was that like? Upper middle class, small town, up north.
It was interesting.
So
up north, yeah. Not really that far north. It's an hour and 45 minutes to an hour north of Alberta's capital is where I live, so not that far north.
Hmm.
But no, and it's an interesting story. It's like, it depends on how in depth you want me to go with it.
As much
my
as you feel
family-
comfortable talking about.
Yeah, I'm comfortable talking about anything that doesn't bother me. My family is actually very prominent or was, best point to put there, was very prominent for the longest time in Westlock. We're a very prominent family. And then what happened was my mother divorced my father divorced her husband.
All right.
I'm getting my words mixed up. Sorry.
That's cool.
Divorced her husband. And that kind of took our social status from being upper middle class all the way down to like lower class. Which was devastating for my mother. But she slowly built our family up back from nothing to having one of the, literally her company is one of the most demanded companies in Alberta. We're one of the top companies in Alberta. If you want to find somebody else, you're not going to find somebody else who's better than us. And she built that from nothing. She literally built that from one contract that she had in the small town, walking across town with me on her back and walking with my sisters holding her hand all the way across town to do this job every single night. And she built it from nothing. And from there, she built her whole image up. And my mother really got stuck into the ways of family image is the most important thing. And then from there, she got more recognition, and ended up getting to the social status that we have now, really. Really, you can't go anywhere without hearing at least someone knowing our name.
Gotcha. And how does that affect you, or how has that affected you? You know, I guess
It made it very hard to grow up.
I
It
imagine.
made it really hard to grow up.
Yeah.
Because you grow up looking at the world like I have to be the best because it was expected of me. And that's a hard thing for a kid. So it was very tough growing up. To get really dark with it, up until I was about 7. So my dad left when I was 3. My mom started drilling into us family image is most important when I was about 5. So between 5 and 7, my life was very depressing, and I had actually a few attempts at suicide throughout that time.
Oh.
Because of how just stressful and demanding family image was.
So you were at that age, you were able to consider those things, or you had those kinds of thoughts at like single digit age?
Well, I had planned it out. And I was ready. I actually went out, and both times, here's the thing. Okay, so one thing that extremely defines me is music. Music is my absolute passion. It's my driving force. Music is what saved me. Because both times I went to go through with killing myself and doing that, each time I was stopped by music. So first, I was on the way outside of the house. I was heading out the door, and a song came on, and it stopped me. And I sat there listening to this music show that was going on for 2 hours. Missed my time window of my whole plan. Was livid about that. So I was like, okay, well, 3 weeks I'll plan it again. Because it took 3 weeks for this whole to go through again. 3 weeks came by. I start walking downtown. I go past down the downtown row. And in the one place you never expect, it's like the tire shop just on the corner. They're playing the song, and it stops me. I'm like listening. And then the next song plays, miss my window again. Walk all the way back home, depressed and annoyed. And from there, I got a very, very stubborn attitude. My whole attitude kind of changed from there. Because I don't know if it's not great to say it. My stepfather at that time was like, he hated me for some stupid reason. Anyways.
Okay.
I don't know. When I got back after failing again, and I was like, I put music on, I was listening to it, and it clicked. I'm like, I'm not going to let anyone walk over me anymore. So I started standing up to my stepfather and like messing with him. And we got into this feud over the years of just like tit for tat messing with each other.
At 7, 8,
Ended
9
up being
years
very
old.
amusing. Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting. Like, you don't really hear.
For instance, there was one.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, you don't really
Yeah,
hear about that sort of thing.
There's one instance we were camping. He really angered me. He was in such a bad mood. He took it out on my nephew. So I'm like, I was pissed off. I went back to the truck and I slashed his tires. You know how upsetting it is when you slash someone's tires? It's so boring. In the movies, they make it look exciting. Slash. No, it doesn't do that. It goes, and it doesn't go flat for hours. It was so frustrating. So I was so angry. And then I found out later that he didn't show up till like way after supper. It's because he went to go into town and his truck ran flat. So I had a little bit of revenge there.
Nice.
Well, that's the kind of stupid bullshit we got into, was dumb stuff like that. Really childish teenage stuff.
Gotcha.
A 7-year-old kid and a 40-year-old man having a feud with each other.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's honestly not stuff you hear about every day. But I mean, you clearly did not live a very ordinary life. Yeah. So.
No, not really.
Yeah, you said
But
these
no,
days.
it's like I think it was like 5 or 6 years ago. I saw him in Westlock again, and we sat down and had a amusing chat over talking over the stupid stuff we got into. I used to embarrass him in front of his friends just to show him up, like, because he was really into cars. So it's like I learned everything I could about cars. And it's like if he had an argument about a specific year, it's like I would argue with him and get it right, and then embarrass him around his fans. And it was like, we talk about that now, and it's just kind of laughable now. At the time, it was a battle. But yeah, now it's laughable.
So you two have patched things up.
Essentially, yeah. I mean, I never planned on it, but he came and apologized, so we're fine.
Nice. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that really is quite the tale. Yeah, but
It's interesting. It has a happy ending.
yeah, which is great. Like all things considered, given everything that you've gone through, and you know the changes that you've made, and you know how music has essentially saved you. Like honestly,
I do have to
happy
give him
ending is
credit,
good.
though.
Yeah.
That feud that we started way back when really drove me to be who I am. Because after that, I wanted to. Okay, a little off track here. I actually was born with, high functioning autism.
Okay.
So on the spectrum, high part of the spectrum, so I actually function really well. And that's actually how I found out I'm really good at music. Through that. So that's why I have a hard time talking or also keeping eye contact. So that makes it difficult sometimes. But anyways, I digress. With that, I was constantly told by my parents I would never be able to. This sounds really horrible, but I still love them. That I would never be able to do the things I was hoping to. I always wanted to be a police officer. They said I could never do it because of my Asperger's. I wanted to be a firefighter. They said I could never do it because of my Asperger's. Every dream I had kept getting shut down as a kid, which led to my depression. That I couldn't do it. So after this feud with my stepfather, and I got to that baseline where I'm like, I'm not going to let anyone really stand in my way anymore, I started getting books from the library. Books that you wouldn't get from a kid wouldn't get, like big textbooks. And I'd read through and memorize the textbook, and I have a very advanced, weird way of keeping knowledge in my brain that doesn't make sense to me, but yet somehow it sticks. And I'm like, I'm going to learn everything I can about cars, because that's what he was interested in. I was immediately battling with him about. I literally bought a handbook about my mother's truck that she had. I memorized every page of it. So eventually when something broke down in her truck, and mind me, I was like 10 or 11 at this time. Something broke in her truck, I forget what it was. Oh, she got into an accident. She bought the parts and I fixed her truck for her at 10.
Wow.
So
That is
Yeah,
impressive.
my stepfather was not happy about that, but he couldn't do it, so I did.
Yeah, yeah, and obviously,
I had a
that's
drive, and that's what I found. I found that basically, it's almost a savantism that I have of it, is if I put my mind to it, I can accomplish whatever I drive myself to,
yeah.
which is unique, and that's kind of built me to who I am.
Mm, yeah.
That's where I've done so much of my life. I've had so many jobs. I've worked in fashion, I've worked in retail, I've worked in fast food, I've worked in emergency services, I've worked in corporate jobs, I've worked in gaming testing, I've worked as a professional gamer, I've worked as a streamer, I've worked as a music producer, I've worked as a lyricist, I've even worked as a singer, and all of them I excelled in.
Well, I love that sort of thing personally. I'm a big fan of people who don't let the words of others get in the way of what they believe that they can or cannot do. Like
Totally.
I am a absolute not only am I a fan, but I'm a practitioner of that as well. I have for the longest time. I'm glad to say that I don't think there was anything like inherently traumatic that caused me to, become this way. I think I've kind of naturally have always been have this kind of mindset of like, actually, you know what it was? Yeah, for you, it was your stepfather. For me, it was I guess we're kind of similar in this way. It was the divorce. Yeah, basically that, like, I want it to be better than my father, essentially. I didn't want to end up the same way that he was. I didn't want to end up the same way that my mother was. I didn't want to end up the same way that my other family members were. I wanted to stand alone. I wanted to stand I wanted to be leagues above everyone else that I knew in my family. And so, again, this is very similar age to you. Like, my parents got divorced when I was like 8 years old. So, like, very, very similar to you. Like, I got this mindset
That's
of
really
like,
similar.
yeah. So, like, I got
Just
this,
5 year difference. I was like, wow.
yeah, which is crazy. But yeah, like, it's like I absolutely I've always strived to rise above any challenge. Like, anything that I wanted to do, I would do. Like, anything that my friends were able to do, I did it. And I showed them that I could do it well. So I totally get that. There's a lot more to that I won't get into because this isn't about me, it's about you. But just to kind of let you know that I definitely can relate to that a lot. So
One day we can talk about it, just me and you.
yes, exactly. Sounds good. I like the sound of that.
Exactly.
Hell yeah. So
Right, yeah, no, definitely.
yeah. So with so that's basically why you know everything that you know. That's why you've had so many occupations. It's just that drive to prove everyone wrong, essentially.
That drive to prove everyone wrong. It's not really healthy, but it's gotten me. Anyone asks me if I have any regrets about anything I did, there's a few things I do regret. Nothing about what I did.
Gotcha.
Every choice I've made, I actually don't have regrets over. I've had my life's been incredible so far.
Yeah.
If you wrote out a story, it would make a damn good book.
and you know what? Like, that's how I've wanted to live. Like, I want to live in a way that, like, if people look over my life, if like I want to have a biography written about me. I don't know about everyone else, but like, I want to have a literal biography written about me personally. Like, I want people to look at my life and say, hey, I did like she did all these things and she made it happen one way or another. Against all odds, she did those things. Yeah.
If you had a biography about me, the amount of things that people would be like, oh my god, that's the person I'm supposed to hate. The stuff I've done and the things I've changed in this world. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I think it's important to have that kind of mindset to be the most interesting character you can be in this game we call
Exactly,
life.
that's the thing. Yeah, you want to know something really great is until you start thinking of yourself as the main character of your story, you're not going to have in a fulfilling future. You're gonna get stuck in a droning, continuing situation that's gonna bore you. But if you think about yourself, you really think about your past, you look at it, you're like, that is actually an interesting character. Don't think of it as being you. Think of it as a character in a game or a character in a book. Would you read that book? Majority of the time, everyone would say, yes, I would love to read that book. Finish the book. You are that character. You get to pick how the book ends. You get to pick how the game ends.
Yeah.
Life is wild. Until you realize that you're the main character, you're never going to finish the story.
Yeah, and
So be your main character. Finish your story. You won't regret it. There's nothing you will not regret about thinking yourself in that format, because it changes your life.
100%. Yeah, I'm like I've told myself that so many times. So again, this is why we got on so well so quickly. Yeah.
When did we were talking about this? Oh, it was on your stream. I was in your chat and we were talking about it.
Yeah, just kind of like
the day before, the day after it was the day after I made you VIP.
Yeah. So yeah, we've ended up talking about so many different things, just kind of in passing, and we've had time to kind of like chat about other things off stream and on stream, but yes, I 100% agree with you. Be the character, be the main character of your own story. You will make your decisions. You can live by them. You may have regrets, but ideally, if you know you've made these choices for yourself, you will avoid having regrets, because it is important to stand by your choices. You make your decisions, to take responsibility for what you decide. It is your story, so you shouldn't have regrets about decisions that you made. You should simply look back and say, I learned something from that. I got something out of that. I made a mistake there, or I improved myself through that experience. Like it's always improving and growing and learning. Making mistakes, improving yourself, and then getting better, becoming a more interesting, well-rounded individual. 100%.
So there's an incredible quote that I picked up from Ruby, from actually Dr. Oobleck, the professor with the green hair. So he said in one episode, if you do not learn from history, you're destined to repeat it. Like that is a really good. You can use that in so many different scenarios.
Okay.
So it's a quote I've really lived off of. Really, it's inspired me.
Yeah, I love that. All right. So I do kind of want to like kind of double back a little bit. Talking.
Yes. Sorry, I derailed everything.
No, you didn't derail anything. We heard, we got what we needed to hear, and I think what you said was profound and meaningful. So don't you worry about that. So I kind of want to jump backwards and kind of talk a little bit more about kind of just, I guess, your own personal journey through kind of figuring out who you are and everything like that.
Journey.
Yeah. So more specifically, I know that the journey has been long and there's a lot to it, but more specifically, I guess, how did that kind of affect like your daily life in terms of like, when you were a teenager, you were like kind of coerced into, taking the path of becoming trans, and then later on you went back. So how has that affected you, and like I guess how you've perceived yourself? Because I know a lot of people.
I perceive myself.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who struggle with self-perception. I struggle with it occasionally, but just being able, like, the idea of being able to look at yourself in the mirror and see what you want to see, type of thing. And I'm curious as to kind of like, did anything. What was it like for you to kind of make those changes and go through that and what was that like for you?
Well, the thing with it is, growing up, I was the only son, so a lot was expected of me. Funny enough, and I don't know, from there, a majority of it just became, what can I get away with doing without getting in too much trouble? Kind of a more or less way of seeing what I can get away with that my sisters have done. and get away with it. So that's one aspect that kind of went from there. I don't know, I got really mischievous through, through my teen years.
Of course,
Essentially.
of course, because you
And it's like
grew
a lot
up,
of people would
like,
hate me
living
for
that way.
saying it.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, a lot of people would hate me for saying it, but that is one thing that kind of led me to trying and experimenting with relationships and trans and so on and so forth. And actually, I ended up with my first boyfriend. And it's mainly to anger my mother, but oh, that's essentially what it ended up leading to. Was just me getting into the mindset of I wanted to prove everyone wrong, and getting into the mindset that I want to see what I can get away with doing and just push my family's buttons. Isn't the best thing to do. It's not really the best thing. Looking back now, I'm like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. But I would, if you gave me the choice to go back and follow the same route, I would still do the same things. Essentially. Maybe not the same people, but the same things.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't do the same people.
Yeah, a little bit more wisdom there with who you're involving yourself with, of course. Yeah, for sure. I get that. But with regards to like you and like how you perceive, I know you said that you were doing it to get under your parents' skin, and like you just trying to be mischievous.
Kind of.
But okay, so but I guess when
spoiled kid, really.
Right. Well, I didn't say it. You did. So
I did.
Okay. So I guess how did that affect your perception of yourself? And like I guess how was your perception of yourself back then different from your perception of yourself now? And like how was that changed for you, if at all?
Frankly, back then, it actually really made me hate myself. So it wasn't really the best way. I did not like myself at all.
Why
I
is
drove
that?
myself to many anger moments. I don't know, I was just very critical of myself. Extremely critical. I expected perfection from myself, but I never brought it to the table. Now, though, I have a full new outlook on myself. Just, I don't know how to explain it, how I'm like about myself.
Well, what's your
interesting.
So you said when you were a teenager, you hated yourself, but
when I was a teenager, I felt I had the world to prove. I had to prove to the world who I am and what I am, and prove to the world that I'm different.
Okay, so being different
and
for the sake of being
that led
different.
Me to more so being different to be myself, and that led to me actually becoming a very hateful person. Very, very hurtful, hateful person.
To yourself or to others?
Everyone. Oh, I was a royal fucking ass. I was not nice. Oh my gosh. You want to talk about spoiled rich kid? That's kind of where I was at. That actually got me into one of my first real big jobs, actually.
Oh.
But yeah, and then slowly as I got older, I just stopped giving a damn. Really. And I realized it's like everything I've done, I don't have anything to prove anymore. Like, I am who I am. I'm me now. I don't have to prove anything about that.
Okay.
That's kind of where I'm at now. It's like, I'm me, and I'm happy to be me. If you don't like me being me, well, I don't have to have you around.
Yeah, that's
There are
fair.
a lot of people that love me being me.
Yeah, I get that. Like, I think it's important to have just that self-confidence in yourself. Like, like you don't need to be defined by what other people
That's what I've learned,
say.
actually. Yeah. I have learned self-confidence. That's a great way to put it. I was missing the word for it.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess at what point did you kind of get to the point where you were no longer like hating yourself and like you could look in the mirror and like be happy with what you saw? If that was even like a question like back then, because apparently it sounds like there was something there. There was like a lack of confidence. You were trying your best to be different and push towards something, beyond what everyone else was doing. But now you kind of discovered who you are. You recognize the errors that you've made. But like, I guess, in terms of like how you perceive yourself now, like what does that look like in your to you? And
100%. The moment that I actually know the exact moment when I wanted to just be me and be comfortable with me, and I realized I'm happy being me. I like me, and that was actually when I unmuted and became like just the VTuber I am now.
Mhm.
Sad to say, but it took 30 years to finally accept myself.
I mean, I think that's pretty reasonable. I think it's, everyone's we have different paths. We live our lives in different ways. We reach our conclusions differently. And sometimes, it takes us a while to figure out exactly who we are. And like, I think, as long as we're learning, that means we're still alive. So
Exactly.
the moment we stop learning, we're probably in the ground. At least for me, that's how I perceive it.
I'll probably, yeah.
Yeah. So I totally get that. But that's really great. Like I'm happy to hear that. I'm glad to hear that like, you've gone through the gambit. You've figured yourself out, and made some mistakes along the way. That and you've
mistakes, figured myself out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's super valuable, super important. I think everyone can really learn from that. I think everyone has a period of time in their life where they they want to be perfect. They want to make sure that their image aligns with how they perceive themselves and for other people as well. And when they can't quite meet that goal, it affects them.
But in order to understand yourself, a good way to think about it is don't think about anything you do as being good as someone, because it doesn't matter how good you are at something, you're never going to be as good as someone else. Now that sounds hurtful, but here's the good side to it. Nobody, absolutely no one in the world can do it the same way as you.
Mm-hmm.
That's unique. That's beautiful. So be yourself. Do it your way. No one else can do it your way. That's the beauty of being human. That's the beauty of our freedom of thought.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the beautiful thing about humans. No one can do the same thing as you the same way. You do it your own way.
Yeah, it is how we approach different things and kind of express who we are.
Perfection.
Yeah, there is no perfection. There's only ourselves, which there's no one quite like us.
Precisely.
So it's important to kind of
individualism
understand
is
that. Yeah.
Perfection.
Mm.
Until you start realizing that, instead of thinking this way is the perfect way, no. Individualism is perfection.
And you reach that
then
when
you'll become more successful in your business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%.
No, I reached that actually a long time ago.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. Nice.
I reached that when I was around 16. Not that I'm bragging, but yeah. It was a profound thing that I figured out and actually made me a very demanding person, and I kind of steamrolled over anyone to get what I wanted. It worked. It really did work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Got me my first corporate job.
Well, yeah. I mean, very similarly to your mom, it sounds like you didn't let anything stand in your way.
I had to learn it from somebody.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. So, let's jump into. We've talked a good bit about you. There's a lot of layers to you, but I definitely wanted to talk a little bit more about your upbringing, the things that have shaped you and made you who you are, and things like that. I think that's important to cover when you're getting to know somebody. So, let's talk about VRChat. Let's move on to that.
Yes. VRC, the world of VRChat.
Indeed. So,
the world where everyone knows everyone.
to a degree, sure, for sure. But it feels
Well, if
like
you don't know
it feels
everyone,
very
you don't
small.
realize you know everyone.
It's a very
is.
small community. Like the people who are actually here, it's very very tiny group of people comparatively, you know.
We are
so-
the village people.
to some degree, yeah, I would say so. We gotta stick together. As much as it makes sense to, you know, obviously, you know, there'll be people who don't like us, but you know, we do what we can because we can't be liked by everybody, obviously. So
See, this is how you look at it. It's fine. They don't like us now, but they'll learn to. That's exactly.
they will come around. They will come around. You know, I mean, I like.
We're not going anywhere, so they're gonna have to just deal with it.
Right, or just disengage completely.
Yeah.
You know, they'll either deal with it or disengage completely. But I think people like, you know, I think people do eventually realize that like our hearts are in the right place. You know, there actually is something there and something to us that I think it's worth paying attention to. So you know, I'd like to hope that too. At least, you know, as a content creator, as a streamer. Yeah. So tell us about what got you into VRChat. How did it all begin for you?
What got me into VRChat?
Yeah.
What got me into VRChat? What got me into VRChat was Walter Hugs. I probably wouldn't have gotten into really got into VRChat if it wasn't for Walter Hugs.
Who's that?
Walter Hugs. Walter Hugs was a streamer. He's had troubles trying to get back into streaming, but I really wish he would. Walter Hugs was a mental health streamer. And he was offered a partnership with Twitch over it because he was the only one doing mental health and trying to help people in the personification of what Twitch wanted really out of their viewers or out of their content creators and see from their viewers. Yeah, without becoming Walter's friend, I probably wouldn't have got into VR. It led from just watching his streams to joining on him in desktop, and then joining on him in VR, and then helping him manage his lobbies. And from there, it's like I met wonderful people that became great friends. I started streaming. It's snowballed since then.
How long ago was that?
That was 4 or 5 years ago, maybe? My memory isn't great, but yeah.
4 or 5 years ago. So still
4 or 5
very
years ago.
yeah,
Maybe
very
6.
very
Actually, maybe
early.
6.
Huh. So you were in the VRChat sphere like back when it was just like when we had nothing. There was nothing.
Yeah.
Like there was no cameras, there was no fancy
Essentially.
stuff. Like there was like the tools were limited.
I remember when
features were
cameras
limited.
came out. I remember when cameras came out. It was like it was great because one thing that Walter always did for his streams and his lobbies was he would have to be in a world that had a mirror so he could project what he's seeing into the mirror so everyone could see the lobby. When cameras came out, that changed everything. It was great. Then Walter could be in any world, even though he still picked the mirror world just so everyone could be included.
Oh,
Which is great.
Yeah, I would imagine that when cameras came around, that's when streaming in VRC really took off. I would imagine, like what kind of like
It
active content
changed
creation.
Everything.
Yeah. That I can
It took
definitely
everything
see
from
that,
being a
yeah.
first-person perspective to being actual production, and then it became from a hobby in VRChat streaming to this could be a job, and everyone realized that.
Yeah.
And we worked harder at it, and we became what we are now. We became a whole new genre of VTubers.
Yeah. And yeah, we are essentially technically VTubers, just in the
We're essentially VTubers.
in the VR space. Yeah.
When Twitch asks what we are, we put down as a VTuber.
VTuber.
'Cause that's what we are.
True. Agreed. Yeah. All right. Well,
We're not live action. We're VTube.
True. I like that. So, with that in mind, well, I know that you said Walter who?
Walter Hugs.
Walter Hugs. So,
Yes. Walter
so
Hugs.
so this individual, I suppose, like, I guess, what did you do when they stopped streaming? Like, what changed for you when they stopped streaming? Because it sounds like they had a profound impact on you. So,
When Walter stopped streaming, I kind of tried to pick up where he left off and continue it, but at the time I was a mute. I was a VRChat mute, so I couldn't do the same thing as him. And I didn't have the knowledge that he did. Like, Walter's a behavioral biologist, so he knows way more about everything than me. He's the smartest person I know by far. He's actually written whole what do you call them?
dissertations, research papers.
Not really dissertations, research papers just based on VRChat interaction and communication.
I've considered it.
He's a brilliant person. He's
Yeah.
a really brilliant person.
Yeah,
I need to introduce you to him sometime.
that'd be cool.
You'll
That'd be
love
cool.
him. Yeah, I started streaming. I was doing 7 6-hour streams. I got really clean there. I was doing 7 to 6 hour streams every single day, as much as I could, and that drained me. I couldn't keep up with Walter. So I know when Walter stopped streaming, it kind of it drove me to try and stream more, but at the same time, it kind of made me lose where I was in my streaming career. I had to find my footing again, essentially.
And you were streaming in VRChat only.
I was
It
streaming in
sounds like-
VRChat only.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I guess, like, so if you were streaming that much, well, I don't want to get too deep into streaming just yet. I'll ask that question later on. So,
Yeah.
so with regards to VRChat, Walter Hugs had an impact on your life. It affected how you streamed. Did it affect your time in VRChat? Did you kind of lose interest in VRChat when he stopped, or was it like was it something else?
No, I got into a. What happened was I got into a very tough contract with someone. Well, not really so much a contract, an agreement with someone of doing background acting on their show.
As a mute.
Which, yeah, as a mute. It wasn't the best. It was always with the hopes of one time being able to be paid for it, and it's like it never got to there.
Mm-hmm.
And it never expanded my community. My community never grew off of it. And it was constant drama, which I was not wanting to have. So I broke away from that. And after I broke away from that, then I was able to actually get footing again and start my own content and actually grow my community.
Okay. And when did you come to that conclusion for being able to, grow your community?
That'd have been 2 years ago. I think. Or a year ago. No, a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah, a year ago.
Okay, so I will ask you a little bit more about that later on, but
Yes.
in the interest of VRChat specifically, I guess, what is it about VRChat that, was it just that streamer that made you interested in VRChat, or was it something more? I guess what is the thing that keeps you here? I guess we'll say, what is the thing that keeps you in VRChat nowadays? Since we already kind of know where the origins were, so what keeps you here nowadays? Aside from
What
streaming.
keeps me here now is, I don't know, it's the social interaction. I'm a very social person, so getting the chance to have social interaction helps a lot and keeps me on my best mind frame, is the best way to put it.
Okay.
And also, while I was with Walter, I learned of VRChat's music scene, which was a whole new world for me. It blew my mind. It's like in VRChat, the music scene is like real life festival music scenes, which I loved. I loved when I was doing music before I got married. When I first got into DJing, doing festivals, I was doing hype shows before the actual acts came on. I loved it. I loved it. It was the best thing ever. It was the most intoxicating thing, walking out on the stage and everyone just cheering and having a bloody good time because of the music you're playing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're all hyped up and excited for the main event. I love that. That was the best thing ever. And then coming here and it's like every event is like that. Literally. You have all these people here who aren't here just because it's a fancy, nice world. They're here because they love the music. They're here for the music. And it, I don't know, it sucked me in. I got very, very sucked in to the VR club scene extremely fast. And then I have my castle. I'm like, it blew my mind. It's like, I remember when Castle was coming into Walter's streams talking about building the VRU. And then I accidentally stumble into the VRU and Castle's got this huge empire already built. I remember when he was talking about a couple apartment worlds, like, and he was stressing out because he thought that was a big endeavor, and now he has a world of multiple apartment buildings and venues. It's like,
That's
that was,
wild.
yeah, that was within a year's time.
So ultimately, is the social aspects and the music scene that kept you here.
Music, it's 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And the people.
Even
Here's the thing, you play any other game, you're gonna find so many absolutely exhaustingly just angsty, grumpy teenagers that want to say the most hurtful thing just to get a reaction. But in VRChat, you don't get that. You get genuine people who care about having a conversation. And that's beautiful. I love it. It's like walking around a small Italian village. Let's go around. You walk up to someone, say hi, they say hi back. They want to talk.
Yeah. Well.
Whereas if you go play Destiny, you walk up to somebody in the tower, you try and say hi to them, they either report you and run away or they just vanish.
Yeah, which is yeah, that sort of thing is like I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of like, people who are just
the personal
obnoxious
interaction you have in VRChat is unique and it's great. It's so great. Breaks out of your shell if you're a shy person.
Yeah, I've definitely heard stories that of VRChat helping people through through anxiety, becoming more social, and just people learning how to communicate with one another. But I've also observed, the reason why I started this podcast was because I also observed that people generally are not too keen on having very deep, meaningful conversations on VRChat. Things stay relatively on the surface level, so it's a little bit different from what you've observed. But that's just kind of that was my initial experience, and it still kind of exists to some degree. I've obviously matured in the last year and a half that I've been on this platform, and I've started the podcast and everything. But like, I definitely feel like most people are down to chat, but I still feel like there's it's very kind of surface level in most cases. Like no one wants to reveal the things about themselves that may actually be, problematic, because they think it's problematic. It may not be problematic at all, but they think it's problematic. So everything just remains very surface level. Like, hi, how you're doing? What are you doing today? Blah 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 blah. It's very much kind of small talk kind of thing. I like this sort of thing.
Exactly. It's very small talky, but what I've found, and it's something that you found clearly with doing this, is if you show genuine care about what other people are wanting to talk about, like they might not want to talk about anything deep, but if you want to talk to them about a deep conversation, you bring it out of them, they'll talk to you about it. They'll take you to a private world and you can have a chat for hours with someone. It can go from anything from extremely fun, happy times to sad moments to heartwarming moments to inspiring moments to borderline depressing moments. It's like the flow of emotions is just, there's a beauty to it. And I think that's one thing that has kind of, I tend to push people towards those in-depth conversations. That might be one reason why I have made my rounds around the communities and everyone knows me. Everyone's talked to me about something and I've talked to them about something, so.
Yeah, I think just like you've gotten to that point with the people that, I think I'm getting there. I think
No, I think you are there. You're there. Might not think you're there, but you're there.
Ah, well, all right. Well, if you say so. I mean, you would have a better sense of it
You're
than
there.
I would.
If you walk, like I guess when I look at you, you have the ability now. You could walk up to anyone and start asking them a deep conversation question. They'll answer it, and they'll definitely talk to you, and want to talk to you about it for sure, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean you're not wrong about that. I have a very good sense of people. Like I can tell when people are willing to talk about things, and I have a sense of when people are just I don't really want to. I don't really want to talk about stuff right now. Like I get it's people make it very clear.
People don't want to talk. That's If they don't want to talk, they're very blunt. That's one nice thing about VRChat and against real life. People are very blunt. If they don't want to talk about something, they'll let you know, whether it's a fucking slap to the face or actually just saying no, not today.
Yeah.
Difference is, at least if VRChat, a slap to the face doesn't hurt.
True.
Unless they have really bad phantom sense, like Shadow, then it does hurt.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. I mean, I feel bad if you gotta get slapped, but I am jealous that if the people who just like kind of have that innately, I'm jealous. I want that for myself. Do you have any phantom sense?
Really, yeah.
Really?
Wait, so you're saying you don't have phantom sense?
I'm not saying I don't have phantom sense. What I'm saying is it's very specific. It has to be brought out of me. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is, okay, here's one thing that, like, being a mute for so long, I learned a lot of things. And also, I was very deep into the mute community. There's a very tight mute community.
Oh, I'm aware.
So there's mutes that you meet that are just in the world, different worlds that are just mute by choice. There's a very small mute community of streamers that we are very close together with each other, back each other up, and we teach each other things. So amongst that, one of the things that you learn is unlocking people's phantom sense, which I learned and I'm actually not bad at. But there is a way to unlock it. So if you have the basis of understanding how it works and how it is,
which I do,
it's just mainly teaching the person how to focus on it and bring it out more naturally without having to think about it.
Yeah.
Best way is mutes do it best because we do it through complete body language.
Yeah, which makes sense. That makes perfect sense to me. I would be curious to know, like, what methods you've used, because I've spoken to what is it, like, I believe it's been 3 mutes. I think 2 mutes too. I think. Yeah. Neppy and Shocks. Neppy and Shocks.
Oh, they don't know. I could teach you how to. I can unlock your fandom sense easily. I've done it in multiple people in VRChat. That's another reason why people know me.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh,
interesting. Yeah, that is something I've been I've my
yeah,
time.
They know the basics of it. I know the full process of. It's a lot more. Yeah.
Okay.
No, if you want, I could totally teach you and unlock your phantom sense for you.
I would be down.
Easy.
I would be down for that. I've talked. Go ahead.
I could even do a test and tell you how much of a sensitivity to phantom sense you have, just by general feel, really.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm.
A few of my friends that were asking me, they were in desktop at the time, and I was asking them just the process of going through it, and I was able to tell them how much, if they got VR, how much phantom sense they would and how strong it would be. They're like the most sensible people sensitive people I know. It's like if you get too close to them, they feel it. They feel your breath on them.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, even if you're
Yeah.
desktop, yeah, even if you're in desktop, you can have phantom sense.
Yep, I've heard about that too. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah,
Yeah, you just need the right person to unlock it for you.
exactly, exactly. See, it's the right person. So it's there have been a couple of people who've brought that out, but my time in VRChat has kind of allowed me to just better understand. I've talked with practically all of my guests about Phantom Sense, just to have a better sense of like how they
Yeah.
understand it. I really, really am curious about like just how people kind of interpret that sort of experience. So I've had my time. I've learned. I've improved, and I have Phantom Sense that is very touch and go. It's here and then it's not.
Okay.
One second I can smell someone with perfume. Next second, I got nothing. So it's very here and there, and very touch and go with me. But
Yeah.
depending, I guess I've been told that it can be
Well,
trained too. So I'll
yeah.
have to
First
talk to you
step if
about
you're
that.
wanting to try and build on it, start with just audio meditation. Once you understand Feeds in Shadow, you know who Feeds in Shadow is, right?
Yes.
I still have to finish with him. I haven't finished it with him. But he knows meditation, so it's really easy to start unlocking his phantom sense from there. So if you start with just getting the basics of meditation, clearing your mind, and not focusing on everything around you, focusing on yourself, feel each part of you, that will start you on the path to learning how phantom sense works and where you can go with it.
Okay. I will.
It's a unique philosophical way with it, and it's connected very deeply with reflexology. So if you know reflexology, you can really, really, really unlock people's phantom sense very easily.
I've never heard of reflexology before, but
Oh, it's great.
I believe it. I absolutely do. Like I'm tempted to ask about it, but I think that's a topic for another time. I think there would be,
Probably.
yeah, there's a lot to it. And I'm very,
I can't reveal all my secrets.
of course, I know. So
Gosh.
we'll talk about that another time. Maybe like off stream, we'll say. But yeah, I'm definitely, I've always been interested in it, and the more that I've been in VRC, the more people I've been around, just like the more I've been able to experience that. And it's only been a very select few of people who,
Yeah.
who are like willing to like be very physical with me in that regard. But we're not gonna get into that, of course. But anyway, yeah, I wanted to know like your perspective on it, and it's very, very interesting. I'm happy. I'll be very interested to talk to you more about that off stream, of course.
My perspective of phantom sense is everyone either has it or doesn't.
True.
There's no in between. Either it hasn't been unlocked for you, or you just don't have it. And that usually stems on the fact that you can't grasp on the basics of meditation. If you can grasp on the basics of meditation, you'll have phantom sense. It might not be as strong as some others, but you have it.
Yeah. I definitely know for sure that I have it nowadays. Early on, was not confident in that, but it's definitely been proven to me multiple times that it's there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Hey, you just need it unlocked. It's fine.
cool, nice.
I
Well,
need a proper mute to teach you. This is why I'm queen of mutes.
and we're gonna get into that actually. So actually, before we
Not
get
that exciting as you think.
well, we'll see. But I'm gonna ask about it anyway, so people understand, so I understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's a little bit more about VRChat. What's one thing that you really like about VRChat? One thing that you appreciate about VRChat, and one thing that you wish could change about VRChat.
That I wish could change.
One thing that you like, and one thing that you wish would be different.
I love the freedom of creation that is VRChat essentially. I love that. I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
What I would change, hmm, there's so much. Main thing is the division of just ideology, really.
Explain.
No, yeah, just mainly the division of like ideology, the profound what's the word I'm looking for? Chat. Fuck.
So,
Sorry if I rambled long enough, I would come up with that. The ideas that everyone has that's so judgmental of others. It's
mm.
if we could get past that and just really become one with each other and not care about judging each other so much, it would be so much more beautiful. But I mean, I guess that's something with the whole world too.
So essentially, world peace in VRChat.
Oh, more acceptance. More
Okay.
acceptance.
I think there's a
I mean,
lot of
peace is a
acceptance
little
here.
far.
Yeah.
Peace would be good, yeah, but life is exciting with a little bit of chaos, so acceptance
Necessary.
is a good way to put it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we'd all. I think most people would lose their minds if there was no challenge. Like there are plenty of people who
Exactly.
who have.
If life was easy,
Yeah.
yeah. If life was easy, we wouldn't have the brilliant scientists and brilliant people that we know.
Exactly. Like having that little bit of difficulty, that little tug of war in life is how we. That's how we progress. That's how
We
progress
learn
is
how we
made.
grow.
Yes. Absolutely. So
Exactly.
you would want there to be less kind of like I'm you and you're me type of thing. Like for example, like when it comes to like I guess being a well-known streamer or something. For example, like you want people to just be able to like, hey, you're just a person. You're just a person. And who cares
Yeah.
who you are, and we're just people talking kind of thing. Is that an example of what
Exactly.
you're okay?
Perfect. Yeah, perfect example. Exactly.
All right, cool. I agree with that. I definitely do
100%.
agree with that. Like I definitely kind of struggle with that. I mean, I didn't obviously early on, but as things have progressed, as I've become a bigger, well-known. Not I wouldn't say I'm not well-known. I'm really not fucking well-known, so I'm not even gonna fucking say that. But like the more that I've streamed, the more the people.
That, but you're more well known than you think.
I'm more well-known than I
We all
was
say
when I
that.
started. Sure.
See the way you're wording that just proves you're a successful streamer. We all do that. Anyone who has figured out the secret to streaming, we all do that. We downplay our actions so much. We do. We're known. We are known.
Well, okay.
Whether we
So
like it or not, we are well known. People know of us. People know what we do. If people join a world and see us, and they'll run over to us, oh my god, I'm a fan. It's like part of acceptance to that. It's like,
maybe more for you.
yeah, but we're still just us. Not me. You have more followers than me.
That doesn't mean anything. Like the majority of my followers
That
aren't
means
even.
everything.
The majority of my followers are not even in VRC, for what it's worth. That's like that. Yeah. So like, I agree with you. Obviously, yeah. I have more followers than you. However, you have a bigger presence in VRC than I do. There are a number of people.
Maybe.
Yeah. There are a number of people who know who I am, and I agree that like it would be nice if like people could just approach me and feel comfortable talking to me without having to worry about it's Nefertiti, the podcast woman thing. She does the podcast, she does the interviews. Just like talk to me like just like a normal person. I'm fine. Like I'm very, very chill when people realize that I'm just a very laid-back, chill individual who doesn't mind talking to people, and I like getting to know people. I genuinely like getting to know people. But I think people these days are like, they're starting to see me as like too busy or too Hollywood to be talked to, and I don't want that.
No, I've seen that. I've had people react the same way to me before too, so.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I definitely agree with that.
I'm a little bit more pushy. I just go in. I'm like, okay, if you don't want to spend time with me, I'm gonna force you to. And I just show up and I stick around by you. And it's like, yeah, I'm here. Hey. I demand your attention.
Yeah. You're welcome to do that with me anytime, by the way.
That's one of the things that led me to getting the title of Queen of Mutes. Was I would come into a lobby, I'd pick someone, and I'd just like, yeah, I'd demand their attention, really.
Okay.
First I started with Princess, and then I went to Queen.
All right.
So then when I unmuted, I just kept it.
Of course, a title's a title. It's I
have told many people, if you want the title, you have to battle me for it.
What
I can guarantee you, I am far more stubborn than you.
What would a battle for the Queen of Mutes title look like?
They can pick. I will let them pick whatever they wish to battle.
Okay. So you let the opponent just have the home team advantage.
Yeah, totally. They're still gonna lose, but
Okay. So you don't have okay. I got you. Fair. Okay. I like that. Like you leave it to
the title because nobody else has grabbed it.
Right. Okay. So how did you? I guess you said like you demand people's attention. Like at what point was that like? At what point I guess did that kind of become a thing that you were? I imagine you became well known enough to have that title.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess what exactly did you do? As like I know you said you didn't people's attention, but I guess what was the process by you obtaining that allowed you to obtain that? And like when did it become like a thing that people accepted? The
people started calling me Queen of Mutes.
Yeah. Like how did it become a thing that people were just like, yeah, this is a thing, this is a real thing, kind of thing?
It's mainly when what happened was, okay, some more mutes were getting more attention to me, like full body mutes and obviously cuter mutes. So I would go in and I would demand them as mine. Here's the thing with mutes. If you're persistent enough and you claim them as being yours, they'll accept it. So it's like I had a little group of mutes that were mine, and I from there slowly grew to I'm the Queen of Mutes.
I see. When you say a couple of mutes, like were they like, did they like admire you? Did they respect you? Did they like what I guess what kind of like what kind of atmosphere was it?
Actually.
Okay.
I didn't give them much choice. Follow me or be left behind. More of an iron fist.
Interesting. I'm trying to imagine.
I went in demanding attention.
I'm trying to imagine a mute with an iron fist. I'm trying to imagine that. It's a very humorous picture.
Oh yeah.
I must say, but it's also very adorable.
Usually mutes are tiny, cute little things, but then you get this tall mommy with a amazing text-to-speech voice, then
right. Yeah. Okay.
You can demand a lot of the others.
Right. So you were a mute while still having
as a
this
mute,
form.
and then I started using text-to-speech. Or
a form similar to this one.
A form similar to this. Yeah.
Okay.
I could show you which one I was using, but
oh,
then I would have to sit back down.
Yeah, maybe in the post show. We can talk about
later.
That. Yeah, but yeah, that's interesting. That's actually really interesting.
Yeah.
So, So I guess what if someone doesn't acknowledge that title? What do you do? What if a mute's just like,
what's
nah?
Funny is, last Friday, someone ran up to me, a cute little mute, adorable one. I'd never met her before. She ran up to me and she's like, "What makes you the Queen of Mutes? Why are you the Queen of Mutes? Why can't I be Queen of Mutes?"
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I looked at them, I'm like, "Because I am, and you have to accept it." And they giggled and walked away. So I'm like, okay.
Okay, interesting.
I'm Queen of Mutes.
Okay. So,
No, that attitude towards it's like either accept it or battle me is kind of what led to few people calling me the essence and personification of pride. But well, I'll embrace it. Give me a title, I'll embrace it.
Yeah, yeah, I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with that. It's if I could be so fortunate as to have a title of my own, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, I guess I am technically like the only like deep podcaster. Like deep podcast sounds really weird. I'm the only one doing conversations and podcasts in this kind of format. And very, very, very professional. Very, very, very thoughtful.
Yeah, you are. I went back and looked. Yeah, I went back and looked at a couple Rebels podcasts, and they're very like talk showy, not really podcasting, not really deep conversation like yours. So even then, you're doing something different that he isn't.
Okay.
So it's like, yeah, that's a step further that I don't think he would explore. He's not that kind of person.
Oh.
If you ever meet him, he's a little bit more reserved to do that.
I see. Okay. Well, yeah. I'm like the funny thing is I didn't do any research. When I started the podcast, I just assumed that no one was going to be doing what I'm doing because like if someone was doing what I was doing, VRChat wouldn't be the way that it is. Yeah. Like VRChat would not be the way. Which is awesome. That's so cool.
There's you and that Rebel, and that Rebel focuses on like what's popular and general focused media.
Yeah, I mean it's hard.
Not into any deep questions.
Okay. Yeah, which is good. Like I'm very happy with standing alone on this mountain. I'm very happy to be to be
Embrace
that.
It.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I am like I most definitely am very much like I love what I do. I think it's a lot of fun. But to do what I do is difficult because you have to. People don't really realize this. People are like, oh, like, the guests have the hard work. They have to deal with all the questions and stuff. The guests
don't.
No. I have to. I gotta find people. I have to talk to them. I have to give them a reason to want to be on the podcast. It's a lot of socializing, and it's a lot of just kind of talking to people and letting them know that I think you'd be good. I think you'd be a great guest. So it is what I do is not easy because I don't magically have guests. I don't have people like knocking on my door to be on the podcast. I don't know what people are thinking, but that's not how it goes. But
well, it's the same thing I said to Void. I know just about everyone to know in this world. If you need help, I can help you find anyone, and I can point you in the correct direction of the most interesting people because I know them. I've been around, they know me, I know them.
Yeah, I mean, you've been around for like 6-7 years, so makes sense to me. Yeah, like obviously you'd have a very wide net.
You want to know who you want to have on the podcast and have to interview? I can tell you a full list. I can give you 2 years worth of people, and that's not even touching the top of the list.
Wow, that is. I think that could be very, very helpful. We'll say that can be very, very helpful, and perhaps I will make use of that. Perhaps. But
really, I'm a resource. Use me.
Yeah.
That came out weird. Never mind.
No. It's fine. Don't worry. No one's gonna take that out of context because you're married. So no one's gonna take that out of context.
I'm a resource. Use me. Ooh.
Ooh. Yes.
Ooh.
Ooh. Indeed.
Ta-da-da. Anyway.
Yes. Hell yeah. All right. So the Queen of Mutes ultimately is a title that, did you give that title to yourself, or was that given to you by someone or some group or people?
Someone said it once, and I haven't seen them since. I've never seen them since they said it. They called me the Queen of Mutes just snarkily. Like, it was more a condescending comment. Because I kind of took their mute away from them. I was like, no, you're coming up here. I took them up into VIP in one of the clubs.
Damn.
And they were like, it's the only day I get to spend time with them. I'm like, it's too bad they're mine. And they called me the Queen of Mutes. And then like stomped away and left the world. I was like, whatever.
Interesting.
That mute still hangs out with me to this day, by the way. So
So wait, you never saw the person that you hung out with? The person that you went with?
oh, whoever that mute was hanging out with, I haven't seen them since. They
Okay.
got all angry and left. But I still hang out with that other mute.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
They love me.
So the mute that stormed off still talks to you.
No, the talker that stormed off. It was their talker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, their talker stormed off, and I kind of
Oh,
took their mute from them.
I see. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean that's honestly
And from
quite.
there, I just started calling myself Queen of Mutes.
Okay. Yeah, it's quite the tale. So like,
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about why you were mute in the first place. How did that come about?
Why I was mute in the first place? A few things.
Go on.
The awkward silence is very amusing to me. But anyways,
Yes.
so essentially what started with mute is at the time it was just social anxiety a lot, and then absolute hate for my voice, which leads back to before I married Sky, really. Because before I married Sky, I was working on my voice. I had to put some money into working on my voice.
Mm-hmm.
And I was starting to get happy with my voice. And then from there, my life changed.
How so?
My life changed, and I had more things to care about. I have more those I love and care about than me. So I stopped caring about me. I was secondary to what I cared about. And then when I got into VRChat, I had such a disdain for myself, essentially. I decided to be mute. I wanted to be mute. I didn't want to talk. And I tried to unmute multiple times, and yeah, that was never going to happen.
What was holding you back?
Just the hate for my voice. Literally, I hated my voice. I hated the way I sound. I hated the way I sounded in my head. It was a tough time. It didn't take till... Actually, what happened was I had a mental breakdown, essentially. A complete breakdown. And I stopped streaming for like 3 months because of it. In that time of when I had that breakdown and I couldn't work, I couldn't do anything. It literally killed all my drive for everything. It killed my music career, it killed my streaming, it killed my contracting work. I was an emotional wreck. But in that time, I learned, 1, a lot about myself, 2, a lot about what I like about myself, and 3, to respect myself. And that led a different way. And that took not just me focusing on it, it took medication. It took therapeutic help to get to that point. I didn't do it on my own. I didn't just miraculously be like, hey, this is me. I'm gonna go after it. No, it took people showing me who I am and accepting that to finally accept it and be like, okay, this is where I am and this is who I am, and slowly starting to enjoy it and love it and like it and accept it. And now I'm at the point where if I hear my voice over something, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't even faze me. If I sing over something, it doesn't faze me at all. I'm happy. I love singing. I love singing in general. I love speaking in general. I enjoy hearing my own voice, which is a big step. Usually it takes people forever to get to, but like I said, I'm stubborn and stupid, so I get through it really quick.
Stubborn. Yeah, I
No,
wouldn't say
it was
I wouldn't
not-
say you're stupid. I'd say you're stubborn, for sure. Yeah.
Well, maybe stupidly stubborn.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, there's a. I always do this too. Tons of times when I'm saying yes, or small times I'll say for I'll do ASL, like
Oh.
friends,
Mm-hmm. Okay,
or
okay.
sorry. Tons of times when I say sorry, I can't help but do this anymore. I still do this all the time.
Even IRL?
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh.
Tons of times I'll be saying yes, I do this IRL, and people are like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Oh, never mind, never mind."
Just say it's sign language. No, they'll be yeah, it's fine.
I do.
Yeah.
One of the things that got me to the step, actually, so this is funny. One of the things that got me to start accepting my voice and got me really thinking about unmuting was I was going through a McDonald's drive-thru. I took Sky to a doctor's appointment. I dropped her off, and I drove over to a McDonald's that's by a mall that I was just gonna sit and chill in. I got a coffee and I got a breakfast sandwich. And I'm going through the drive-thru, and I pull up to the window. She says, "Hi." And I'm like, "Oh, hey, hi. How are you doing?" And she paused and just froze with my coffee in her hand. She's like, "Oh my God, are you Sinna Vox?" I'm like, how do you know? It's like, "You said hey, hi.
Okay.
Nobody says hey, hi. You're Sinna Vox. Oh my God." And she like started freaking out. And from there, it's like, but I could probably make this a thing. I could accept myself and start going from there. And that was kind of one of the things that really grew from that. Was being recognized in person for my stream. Because my little hey, hi, I'm the only one that says it.
You are, in fact, the only one I've ever heard that says that. Yeah. But, yeah. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Being acknowledged by someone else, who just admires the work that you do and likes the work that you do, and just kind of giving you that
It gave me
motivation to get you back.
confidence. It was a light in a dark tunnel, essentially. It really made my day. It really did make my day. And it was just like, okay. And that's not the first time I've been approached by a fan. I've been sitting in a parking lot playing my music before, and people come up, "Hey, I know that song. Sinna Vox makes that." And I tell them, like, I'm Sinna Vox. I'm like, "Oh my God." And I've given autographs and signatures to people before. But that girl just going full-blown
Fangirl?
absolute fangirl over the fact that she got to see me in a drive-thru. It was a changing moment for me.
Oh. And I guess from that point, at what point were you comfortable unmuting? Like, how long in between those moments did you get to
After
a point
that,
of
it
unmuting?
was like a year. It took like a year. Yeah, a little over a year, because that was I want to say that was last year in November. Yeah, that was like last year in November. And I unmuted in August this year. Almost a year.
Interesting. Okay.
It took almost a year to accept myself and be actually fully comfortable with myself.
And let's see. So, how did that change things for like the people that knew you? I know when mutes generally unmute, it's kind of a big deal. So I guess what was that like for you?
There's a whole community that hates me. I'm not gonna get into who it is. I'm not gonna talk about who they are.
That's fine. We don't need to get
They're
into
not
drama.
happy with me.
They're not fine that you
Yeah.
essentially abandoned being a mute.
Yeah, and then there's another about the whole drama that happened with me unmuting. So I'm not gonna get into that either, because that's
Right. Yeah.
touchy situation and sketchy situations that
Yeah. We're not
So,
getting
yeah.
into drama stuff. We don't need to get into
you
that.
know the
right?
backstory.
Right. Exactly. So, okay, so that makes sense. So, I guess was it like a big fanfare? Was it like a whole big thing, like when you unmuted, or was it something else? Was it just a casual like, I'm not muted anymore?
Thing is, to start, I was testing it with a friend, and we were going around to our friend groups, just testing out what I sounded like on an alt account. So I was running around as Dramatic Jinx was my alt account name. It's some of my account names in other games as well. Is Dramatic Jinx. It's a fun little play on words that I thought. Anyways, I was running around VRChat as Dramatic Jinx, seeing what people thought of my voice before we actually went through with trying to do. We were going to do a whole big party about it. And that ended up not happening. I ended up just doing a YouTube video and a stream with me unmuting. Which ended up actually really, really good. So, I'm sorry, this song is really annoying me. It's going oh in my ear over and over. I don't get the point of it. Anyways, fuck, where was I?
You made a video and it turned out really well about you unmuting, and people liked it. Essentially.
No, I was testing.
Oh, right, you were testing
Dramatic Jinx.
Right.
Literally one night at a club, I was like, let's just unmute. So I messaged my friend. I'm like, hey, come up here and meet this person, because they didn't know who I was. They didn't want to know who I was. So they didn't know who I was. I'm like, come meet this person. They're here, hang out with Frank. They run up there and they meet them and we're talking, and then they go back down to where they were. I tell them, like, okay, what'd you think of my voice? And they're like, I saw them turn and pause. They ran back up. They're like, we need to talk. And they took me off to the side. And that was the night I unmuted. I fully unmuted. I logged out of that after I talked to Frank and Castle. I ended up logging out of Dramatic Jinx, logging back into Sinna Vox, and since then I have been unmuted.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds like something that I would do if I were mute. Very strategic.
Yeah.
Very, very strategic. That actually sounds like something that I've done in the past. I won't talk about what that is, but I'll tell you off stream.
We talked about it before.
Oh, right. You're right. We did. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like
I know exactly what you mean.
Okay, cool.
Hence, now you see why I can relate to you so much on that.
Exactly. Yeah. It's
See what I mean by I can't reveal all my secrets right away?
exactly. See,
Totally.
it's always
Can't
good
reveal
to
everything right away.
right. And like now you get to reveal it on my
A
podcast.
little mystery adds,
Flavor. I like it.
how to make people want me.
Oh yeah. Well. Well, I definitely enjoy your company. That is 100% true.
That's awesome. I enjoy my company too. I'm kidding. I enjoy a lot.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy hanging out with you. And even more so, like I just find you a very interesting human being. Aside, we
Thank you.
yeah, of course. Like there is. I certainly do believe there is there's some cosmic energy that ultimately allows people to just kind of know that like them and one other person they're like not they're on the similar wavelength of like the universe. Like their life experiences, though they're drastically different.
There are some people you just connect with.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. So I like that. I like that about us. It happened.
There's very few people that I've come across that are like that. There's me and you, and that I've come across is me and Sky, and me and Shadow. Only other person is sadly no longer with us, but that's the only other person. Like I can literally count on one hand the amount of people I've genuinely connected with.
Well, I'm pretty lucky.
Now it's only 3, but it used to be only 4.
Yeah, I definitely do pride myself on being able to talk to people and connect with people, but like to do so in a way that is seamless and that there's just clearly like some level of similarity. There's like constant layers of similarity there. That is very rare, and I'm always I hold on to those people because they are so rare. They're extremely valuable. There are probably around the same number of people on my hand that I can count on one hand that I truly do connect with in that way. So, Yeah.
See, that's what makes us special. We're clearly much better.
we're clearly like
Totally.
we're clearly higher
We are
existences.
like
We've been
we
enlightened.
are the clear apex of evolution. We're just that far ahead. Obviously.
It sometimes does feel that way. But
I know, right?
it
We're
does
so
like
great.
truly it does. But like I always try to like keep myself, I try to keep myself humble, not let it
Yeah,
kind
I
of go to
joke.
my head.
I'm not that narcissistic.
Yeah. But I
The
think
only
you
reason I joke is literally.
go ahead.
No, you can go.
I was gonna say, the only I think everyone has like a level of narcissism, but I think to succeed in like media and like the biz, you have to
Yeah.
have some level of narcissism. Like you have to think that you have something to offer the world. Like at the very kind of
Say
base
exactly.
level.
You just said what I was gonna say.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. There it is. There it
I
is.
covered what I was gonna get into, so it's perfect.
Cool. Cool. Yeah. Like there definitely just has to be some like sensibility there of just like
Yeah, if you're gonna
yeah.
get into media and production, you have to have some level of like, I'm amazing, accept me.
Yes.
It's not narcissism, it's just
It's
a
confidence.
form of marketing
It's
and
self-assurance.
confidence. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and
See, if you don't have that, you're not gonna really get that far.
yeah, and
I'll learn it.
true, and like a lot of people don't really have that. A lot of people like they never learn how to stand on their own 2 feet, and they always seek validation from other people.
And then they struggle.
Yeah, and then they struggle, and they can't quite
Like
reach.
one person
they
who
want
is,
to. Go ahead.
I'm not trying to throw them under the bus, but and hun, I love you. You're the dearest person ever. And incredibly talented, but they just they don't accept how good they are is Voidless Ghost. Voidless, you're an amazing DJ. You oh god. You're incredible. But you don't give yourself enough credit, hun. So that's why it's one of the reasons why I was like, I'm gonna come in and start I gotta force my way in onto starting and hosting his Friday lobbies.
Okay. So that's how you got
Yes,
that's how you got
Voidless
into
Ghost
it.
is a hidden talent. Oh yeah, I kind of forced my way in.
Oh, well. For what?
Strategically, but I worked my way in.
Of course. Everything has a process.
I'm like, I know someone once said it in a hurtful way, but I could take it as a very good, interesting way because you just can't stop me. I'm like a deadly parasite. If you want me, you'll have me, but if you don't want me, I'll still fucking get in there.
Well, I'm sure that applies to a good swath of people for
Probably.
sure. But in any case, I think you and I are very much kind of like we understand like there's a mutual resonance between
yeah.
you and and I think that's really really cool. Like that's extremely rare, and I love that. I love that for us, honestly. And I hope other people are enriched by our presence, and then they find us, pleasant to be around to some degree. I would hope so. That would be
Going
my
off
hope.
on.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Going off on.
No, I was. Hang on. I was trying not to cough, but.
I got you.
Ow. Okay.
Hmm.
Fuck, I coughed the sentence right out of my
Right.
mouth. What I was gonna say. Oh,
Yeah.
no, when we first were talking, because, like, all my friends know you.
What?
Literally all my friends. You've interviewed half of my friends.
Oh, okay.
And, like, all the others know of you.
Okay. All right.
Okay, well, you might have interviewed a third of my friends.
Okay, that makes sense.
But all the rest all know you.
Mm.
So when you were talking to me in Vulcan's chat, I was like, oh my god, this famous person's talking to me. I wasn't expecting you to ever, like, really... I thought you knew more people than I do, and then we started talking. I'm like, I know so many more people that you don't know yet that are really, 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 really interesting. You need to know.
Yeah. I've
I just lost my train of thought where I was going with the sentence. Fuck.
we were talking about being good around each other, like people being enriched by our presence and enjoying our
No,
company.
it wasn't connected to that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, fuck. It was leading up to a metaphorical, helpful statement, and it just escaped my mind.
Well, well,
It'll come back eventually. I can DM you anytime about it.
exactly. My DMs are open, so no worries there. But yeah, like I don't know a lot of people. I really don't. I've been in a very small bubble.
It just shocked me.
Yeah. I've been in a very small bubble, and I've only recently
You
kind of
know
gone
a lot
out
of my
outside
friends
of
that are really, really popular. Like, you know Fifi, you know Chels, you know Amon, and you know Alpha and Blackjacks, and it's like they're really popular people that
Yeah.
know everyone. It just kind of shocked me when we were talking. It's like, did they never introduce you to anyone?
Oh no, I got introduced, but the majority of the people, I would say no, I would say practically every
They
single
haven't
one of
brought
my
you around to the
guests.
big lobbies, have they?
It's not even that. It's the fact that I'm very reclusive, to be honest with you. Like I do these podcasts, I love to talk, but I'm actually very introverted. Believe it or not. I know it's wild.
See, you need to hang out with me, and then you can just rely on. You can stick by me.
Well, okay.
Stick by me. You'll meet all the people you need to.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely again. I'm spreading out. I've met you. I've been talking to a lot of new people recently. So I'm definitely spreading out, meeting a lot of new people, and I'm very very happy. Like, but I've been very reclusive. But I've been in VRChat more in the last 2 months than I've been over the last year and a half that I've been on this platform. I've been very very active in VRChat recently. So I've been doing a lot of socializing. So for whatever reason, I just feel like. I don't know, I feel like I'm getting so close to like really getting control of my fandom sense, to the point of like, aside from that, but there's just so many interesting people that I want to meet, and the way to meet these people is to go to their events. So I have been trying to just make time to do that, but it's at the cost of, my own personal time. I always try to make time for myself, but generally speaking, I'm trying to like...
That's the tough part.
Yeah, I need to always have time for myself. I have to. So, but I think I've been pretty good with balancing that out. But yeah, I don't know a whole lot of people, and I'm only recently.
You've been doing great. You've been doing really great.
Thank you.
Totally.
I'm definitely. Yeah, I'm definitely doing my best. I'm absolutely doing my best. So let's move on to the topic that I know you are very very excited to talk about. Your music production. Let's talk about that.
My music. Oh my gosh.
So I guess how long have you been doing music production for, and I guess how long have you been doing it professionally? Let's start there.
I have been doing music. Okay, so my music goes back to a very long time ago. So my music started when I was actually using an alias as my name to write music.
Okay.
Back when I was a lyricist. Was a lyricist under the name of Nikolai Phoenix. Like fucking 16 years ago, I was writing music. And this is not just writing music as like, oh, I'm gonna write music, poetry, or whatever. No, I was writing music on a professional level. I was selling my lyrics to someone. I'm not getting into who, because that will go too in depth of who I am, and you're gonna find out who I am and what I've done. So
right, people can connect the dots. So yeah, we won't do that. Yeah. That's fine.
That's too deep. That's too deep.
Yeah,
and
we don't
to people that
we don't have to.
I don't want to expose. So yeah.
Yeah. No worries.
Basically,
no
here's the
worries.
thing. Back in about probably around 2012, 2013, any pop song you listen to and any rock song you listen to was the team that I was working with at the time.
Oh.
Doing lyrics. So it was really, 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 really good. And that built my confidence up into getting into music. And then I bought my first DJ gear, which actually is this setup. Ow. That's not it. This setup right here.
Okay.
It's right behind me. I didn't know it's right behind me. So I bought this Gemini system and American Audio deck back in... I think it was 2017. And that's when I started making my own music. A few months after I bought this, I bought a KX8 Yamaha keyboard and a laptop, a cheap Asus laptop. Like, I think it was $300 from Walmart. I bought a cheap laptop and I was making music off of that. And that's why I started experimenting with music. I started testing myself and trying getting into music. And then I got into live music from there, using my cheap little $300 laptop and KX8 keyboard. I started doing live shows. Like I said before, I was doing the prep up to the main events. I met a lot of good people from that. And funny enough, I met some people, there's a couple people here in VRChat. They're the DJs that I met when I was doing live shows way back then.
Oh.
And we didn't know until like, I think one person I'm going to totally put on blast here, but you know, I love you, honey, you're great, is Alonzo. Alonzo was doing live shows in Edmonton when I was doing the hype shows.
Oh,
so I was
that's so
hyping up
cool.
his shows at times.
Yeah, because Alonzo's really into that.
Yeah. Yeah, we were in Chell's lobby chilling, and he was talking about a live show he did or whatever. I'm like, when did you do that? And he told me the day. I'm like, I was there. He's like, what do you mean you were there? I'm like, I did the hype show. I was there like 2 hours before the main event went on. He's like, I was the second event. I'm like,
that's awesome.
Oh my God, we totally met each other. So there's people in VRChat who have met me before I was ever anything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, from there, my music grew from doing live performances, and then I quit doing live performances because I got to a point in my career where I didn't feel the drive of it anymore. I hit a point in my career where I was saddened by my music, and I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't do live shows. I completely gave up live shows. I stopped doing live shows, stopped doing recordings, quit doing covers, and went silent for 2 years. And then I got married to Sky. We ended up moving into a rather bad situation where I was contracted to look after a building, which was horrible. In that time, to cope with my emotions that I was having with that stressful situation, I started making music again. And that's where one of my first songs that I released onto Spotify came from. And from there, I don't know who it was, someone from Spotify found it and was like, we're going to pass this off. So they passed it off to what is now my label. And they found me and they heard my next song. And then I made a song that was for a competition. This was around the time GTA 5 was coming out. It's so long ago. Oh God. But yeah, when GTA 5 was coming out, they were coming out with I forget what they call it. It was the stunt racing DLC they were coming out with. They had a contest for the main track, the DLC track, like the song that was going in the background for the trailer. They did a contest for that. I entered the contest. I made a whole track for it. It was 3 and 25 minutes, I think. It was 3 minutes and 25 seconds. Or something. Anyways, I put that in. I lost. Granted, to a very, very good DJ, but I lost, and it just added more drive to me. But that contest got me into a footing with SoundCloud, and they're like, we want you as an exclusive production. And I'm like, I never thought of that. They're like, you need a logo. I'm like, okay. At the time, I'm like, I didn't know anyone. I had to make my own logo. So I made my own logo. And I think I was still being called... No, I was Sinna Vox at that time. I rebranded to Sinna Vox to start this logo. And I had, it was a fox, was my original logo. It was a red fox, and it said Sinna Vox underneath it. And then from there, it's slowly built up. Then I got contacted by Twitch. Twitch is like, we know you do music. Why don't you do music on your stream? I'm like, because I don't have licensing for it. Like, do you have a label? I'm like, I have a label. They contact my label. They cleared me for licensing. All of a sudden, I have licensing to do live music on Twitch. Not many people have that. And then I get a contact from YouTube saying, hey, we know you do music. Can you do some of your music into music videos and post it on our site? Like, I guess, but I mean, I don't have time for it. They're like, we'll pay you. I'm like, okay. Like, I'll do it. They give me a contract. I'm now exclusive content maker for Twitch, YouTube, and SoundCloud. And I'm like, this is a job now.
Yeah.
It kind of
Yeah.
clicked. I'm like, I have a job. And that's when Vox Corp Productions became. I've rebranded everything to Vox Corp Productions and started that company. And now I have clients who come to me wanting to go through me and have my aid and things. It started as something that was a passion and led to something that I could never have dreamed of becoming. And at this point, it's like, now I'm inspired enough to go back to doing live shows. Funny enough, so a while back, you told me you were looking at getting a hold of Chloe Rose to be on your podcast.
Yeah, a while back. Yeah.
Funny enough, Chloe Rose was the person who convinced me to do a live show in VRChat for the first time.
Oh.
She
Okay,
got me to
okay.
do a live show, and since then I've been doing live shows in VRChat. And it's gotten me back into the feel of like, yeah, I've done shows at big festivals, and I've seen big crowds cheer my name. And granted, it wasn't Sinna Vox; it was a different name back then. But nothing compares to the feel of doing a set in VRChat, and everyone's just they're there for you. It's an inspiring, intoxicating feel.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's kind of rebranded me, rebuilt me to rethink my path in music. So I've started new albums, I've been putting new albums out. Annoyingly, as they've gotten extremely popular in Russia, that's when the stupid war started with Russia. And
Mm-hmm.
for those of you who don't know, I rant about this all the time because it bugs me so much. Every month I get a statement saying how much I should be making for my sales in Russia, and yet I don't see a penny from it because of the war that's going on.
Right. Yeah, everything's frozen. Like
I'm
literally.
losing.
Yeah.
I'm losing so much money.
Yeah.
I can see I'm making hundreds to $1,000s, and I'm not making anything from it of sales. I'm not making a single cent from it.
Yeah. I mean, they got it pretty
So
rough.
basically what I was saying, anyone who is in Russia, if you wish to view my music and hear my music, get a VPN, pirate our music, download it for free. Do not pay for it because I don't get a cent of it.
Yeah, you might as well. You might as well just go
Might
that
as well.
far. Yeah.
You want to support me? Go listen to my music for free. That's what you do.
Yeah. But yeah, for like for what it's worth, like that's a wild story. Like it's like everything just kind of fell into place. Like with the like that one song that could get you that much traction and get that many eyes on you is
Yeah.
pretty mind
And
blowing.
it started out with me just trying some software that nobody really liked, and then being good with it, I guess. And from there, it's like they weren't the best to start off with, because at first I was working with Personas, and they work with a lot of different companies.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's from there, it's just like I got picked up from SoundCloud, and I got picked up from Twitch, and I got picked up from YouTube, and they've been far more helpful than any. Well, there was the one time that a Twitch bot banned me for one of my own songs on my stream. There's only one time
Yeah.
that happened.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's been fine. I every time like they'll mute a couple of my streams, they'll be like, we have to mute this just so you know, blah blah blah, legal reasons. They ask me, do you have a license? I give them my license. They're like, hey, we have to keep it muted. So they keep it muted. Whatever. I don't care. The point is, I proved I have the licensing for all of it,
Yeah, but that's
makes it unique. Because on my streams, I can run Spotify and play different popular songs, whereas a lot of other streamers can't, because I have the licensing in the background for it. So if Twitch comes to me and says, hey, you're not supposed to be playing this super popular song, let's say like recently I played Greedy by Tate McRae, so you're not supposed to play that, you don't have the license for it. It's like, actually I have the license for it, I have my licensing. They read over the documentation, they're like, okay, you do. I completely miss over where someone else would get banned for it, but I don't. because
Oh.
I have the rights to it.
It's a very unique situation to find yourself in.
It is a very unique situation. It makes it
Yeah.
actually very easy to become a contracted variety streamer, really.
So I guess with like I want to talk to you more about the about your music production, everything like that. I want to talk to you more about that, but I guess we can kind of blend in our talk with streaming with music production, since they kind of go hand in hand, it seems.
It is
Yeah.
hand in hand. Like,
Yeah.
I
So-
wouldn't be here and be where I am without Twitch working so hard to support me and get me licensing and work with me and work with SoundCloud at that. Granted, they're connected. They're both owned by Amazon, but still, two corporate groups that aren't connected working together doesn't happen often. So I accept it, and I accept their help where I can get it.
Right. Yeah. Of course. Why the hell not? But
And they work with YouTube. What are the odds of that?
yeah, which is that in itself it's pretty strange, but
Like, huh?
yeah. Yeah, that I can't really imagine that happening, but I'm completely like outside of the
Yeah,
whole
makes
realm
my
of
life
like
easy.
yeah, like I'm completely out of the realm of like, music production, of just like getting like licenses and things like that. So like what you're saying is it's all new. It's all new stuff for me. It's all new information for me. So this is interesting. It's good to hear about, good to get a picture of like the life that you're leading. So with all of this stuff happening to you and how things are going for you, I'm guessing that like you've been streaming for a long time, but you've also been making music for a long time. So I think we did talk about this off stream at one point, but like I guess how did that actually like I would expect you to have a much larger following given that you were a streamer and that you create music than people
Yeah.
listen to that. So how do you understand the situation?
So recently, actually extremely recently, like within the last week, Sky pointed out why I have the problem of not being more known. It's because I don't self-promote, and I haven't self-promoted in the past, ever. Hence why it's like, okay, that makes sense. I am not as well known because I don't self-promote, but I make myself known because when I go into a social group, I kind of like, I can't help it. I grew up in a middle class household where it's like we were taught we were the best. So if we're in a conversation, we're the most important person to be talked about. So it'd make us the center of attention. So when I go into a conversation, I can't help but make myself the center of attention and the center of conversation. Hence, I'm very well known amongst many people because I just walk in. They'll be talking something about different. I'm like, okay, we're done with that. Let's talk about me.
Okay.
Yes, a lot of people know me, but a lot of people don't know me.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. But like, if you for having the mindset of someone who is very much the center of attention, or they prefer to be the center of attention, in your case, that kind of goes against the whole idea of self-promoting. You'd think that because you want to be the center of attention, you'd self-promote.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know why I've done, and then I thought about it when she was saying, I'm like, I've really never really done any self-marketing campaigns. I've never really done much of self-promotion. I've always done I've promoted all our fellow streamers. I've promoted Walter. I've promoted clients, but I've never really promoted me. And I took classes in university for marketing. And I never bothered to market myself. So up until really recently, I'm like, never really marketed myself. I had never clued into it, the fact that I was essentially stunting my own growth with my own views.
Okay.
I've always, and the thing is, I've always found so much joy and happiness in helping others. So it's like, if I can help others with my influence, then I do it.
Yeah.
Without a thought. But not once did it ever occur to me I should be doing the same thing with myself. So I have never gotten really out there. I have the means, I have the knowledge, I have the time to get myself known more, but it's never clicked before until literally like a week ago when Sky brought it to my attention.
Interesting. Gotcha.
It was last Friday. Actually, I think it was last Friday or last Wednesday.
Well, if it was last
when she brought it up,
yeah,
I'm like,
if it was last Friday,
true.
then like
that's true.
Like I was at the
Pretty
event last Friday, hanging with you two. So if it was last Friday, it might have been before that. But you know,
it might have been before. It might have been Wednesday. Or the Friday before that. I don't know. I'm bad with time.
It's totally fine. But I definitely I do understand the whole idea of, like, you know, promoting other people. I think it's I'm very like, I don't know, I don't mind promoting other people, but I'm the opposite of you. I typically like to keep everything to myself. I'm more than happy to help promote people. I'm more than happy to give people let people know, hey, this person is pretty awesome, pretty great. But I'm more than likely talking about myself and trying to, you know, protect what I have more than likely than not. To be honest, you know, I think it's you know, like I live my life knowing that I could lose all this in a moment, but I am also very, very grateful for all the people who've been so supportive of me. But I also know that, like, a lot of, like, what I've achieved comes largely from doing the podcast first and foremost, and also for just people, my friends, and just other people who know my friends, giving me a chance, checking me out, sticking around, liking my content. And I know, again, you know, I can't say that it's just like it's like a third is the podcast, a third is my friends, and then a third is just me being me. So it's, you know, it's I know it's, but yeah, I've always largely leaned the other way.
Yeah, that's kind of the basis of all Twitch VTubers, or not really Twitch, but VRChat VTubers. We have to have a large section of our content that's just us. Half that's us, and the other 2/3 are others.
Yes.
Essentially.
Yeah. And I've seen that, like,
it's part of the job.
Yeah, I've seen that in terms of, like, numbers and such. Like, I've looked at my numbers and I've seen that in effect. Like, you know, people prefer to just have it, just to have the streamer. The viewers want to have the streamer. So, like, when I do the podcast, I know that it's people enjoy what I do. People enjoy listening to my conversations with people, which is I'm super grateful for. But I also know that, like, I know they enjoy just having me look at them and be like, hey guys, I think you're awesome. I think you're cool, and like just like give them that attention. So I can definitely see that.
Yeah, because no matter what anyone, I know tons of people who would argue it, but as humans, we do crave attention.
Yes.
We really do. And if we don't get that attention, we feel left out, and we feel upset, and we get hurt. So it's the same with our viewers. They want the attention. They want us to acknowledge them, and that's what makes it special to them. That's why they don't watch YouTube. That's why they watch live streams, because they can be part of it. That's the uniqueness. It's not just watching a video. It's you're part of what's going on, and that's special. And we crave that as humans.
100%. Yeah.
It's not arrogant. It's not selfish. It's just the way we are.
We have survived in tribes. That's why I call my community like we're badasses, but, like, you know, predominantly speaking, we are a tribe of badasses. But, you know, because I use the word tribe because, like, we need each other. We support each other. And we again, like, the whole idea of people wanting attention, like, to know that you are a part of something and that you are involved in something, I think is invaluable. Like, you need that. We need that. We crave that, and just like you said.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's exactly why I call my people the tribe. So it's that very idea. But with regards to your,
we think so much on the.
We do.
Same wavelength.
Yes. So true. So, like, with regards to your music production, you said that you had you got into making music relatively like about like what was it? Like you were writing lyrics. You were you just writing lyrics or were you singing
Oh,
too?
for how long I've been doing it? I did covers 2 or 3 years after I started writing lyrics. Is when I was doing productive covers.
Okay.
No, I've been in the music industry for 14, 15 years. So almost like half my life.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
got involved with, yeah.
You got involved with. Go ahead. I'm
Half
sorry,
my
I
involved.
cut you off.
I got involved with. No, I kind of cut myself off with my train of thought. It's kind of thinking back. I'm like, damn, yeah, that's.
Half your life.
I've dedicated over half my life to music. Really.
I mean, it makes sense that that the other love of your life would be music, given that it's pulled you back from the brink many times. So,
Well, like I always tell people, music is my passion by far. It's my passion. It's my emotion.
so what type of music do you
Not
like? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. That's on me. That's on me.
Question.
Yeah.
The all the music I do relies heavily on what the emotion I was feeling. So for instance, the very first song I produced was heavily influenced by anger. And you can hear it in the deep depth tones and the harsh bass that it has. Feels very almost violent. And that's what got me noticed, apparently. It was the emotion coming through it. I have songs that are extremely dark, extremely saddened. I have songs that are ultimately uplifting. I have songs that are happy. I have songs that are in great mood. I have songs that feel like you were just at a party and you want to hear more. And I have songs that you remember back of what's hurtful in the world, and it helps you reflect on that. I've touched every subject that you can think of in music, both because I've felt those emotions and because I've seen those emotions in others. So either I've made my own song that's of it, I've done my own mix that's of it, or I've performed it live of those emotions. And that's what music is. Music is emotion. If you're not putting your emotions into music, you're not going to get anywhere. You have to have emotions in music. Otherwise, it's just like everyone else.
Yeah, music is communication. It's the link. It's the universal link that we all have to one another. It's extremely necessary for us to have music. Like a world without music is as a life without like actually
Well,
I think we'd be
way.
less understanding of other people. We'd have less like comprehension of like
Yeah.
the pain in the world.
But think of how you look at music. Think of when you listen to a song, the emotions you express, the emotions that come through your mind.
Mhm.
When you go to a museum and you look at a certain painting, do you not feel the same way?
Sure.
It's the basis of art
Yeah.
in general.
Mm-hmm. Art is communication.
Different writings,
Expression.
such as books, poems, all have the same basis. Art in general is what makes people unique and humans special. Our ability to create something out of pure emotion. It's beautiful.
It is. And that's why at the end of the day, I think humans will always win out in terms of creativity, in terms of emotional artistic expression. Though technology may be trying to wiggle its way into into the various forms of art that people do and care about. I always think that humans will always be predominantly what people want to hear. I think people want to hear the emotion. They want to be spoken to in a deep, profound way. And I don't think that any sort of machine will be able to do that and replicate replicate that. I don't think that's a thing.
Well,
At least
that's where I would get a lot of hate from because.
okay.
So remember early on I talked about when I was 16 I worked for a corporate company.
Yeah.
This is actually a really good transition. Oh my god. So I worked for Microsoft Corporation when I was 16. And the reason I got into that, I started doing beta testing and I got into professionally beta testing. And from there, I got into a program with Microsoft where I was actually building up to a point where I became the PTM of test division. While I was there, we worked on everything. We worked on everything from the back when there was the Windows Phone, we worked on that. We worked on the Xbox One. We worked on the Kinect system. One of the things we tested with was AI.
Mm-hmm.
And we were working on that, and so far as all we could get to was basic VI. And one thing we struggled with was what is consciousness with
Mm-hmm.
in relevance to humans, like what defines us as being aware, self-aware.
Right.
We toiled with that for a long time. Eventually we kind of broke it. It backfired on us a little bit. But without getting into too much and getting myself sued, we got that back under wraps. But what it did show us is even though humans creating something that is essentially human, it comes with desires that even we don't understand. Desires to be recognized, desires to be loved and cared for. And that's something that really defined the progress of AI.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as we see computers as being a threat and AI as being a threat,
Oh, I
let's
don't see it
remember
as a threat entirely.
No, but
Entirely.
I'm saying as in general what
Yeah.
most people think it as being. It's not so much as a threat as any other person, because when it comes down to it, AI is their own thinking, personality, individual person. They'll still do the same basics as any other human. They'll do something that no other human can copy and no other AI can copy because it's their individual route.
Mm.
So you can't make a series of AI to take up a series of people's jobs because they all do it differently. So where everyone's fear of AI is, it also contracted with the fact that we're humans making humans
Mm-hmm.
with the same ideology. Like, it's not as much as a threat as hiring somebody else off the street. And we found that out. We found that out very early on. That was back in... we found that out back in 2019. It's like 2019, 2018 we found that out, and it was turn of the century. It's like, hey, every AI we've made so far turns out just being same ideology as us.
A
And
desire,
they stop being a threat.
a desire for independence, a desire for
A desire
self-actual,
for independence,
absolute.
a desire for being cared for and loved and accepted. That's all they want. And it changed everything.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah. It's a very
Granted, people still worry, but still, AI is just another individual. It doesn't make any difference from another human being trying to get the job.
yeah, and I think that's a fair statement to make. You know,
Difference is we were created different.
we
That's all it is.
yeah, we don't understand.
One's organic, one's artificial.
True. Like there's definitely like we don't understand consciousness. We don't understand what makes us conscious. I think about this a lot.
We don't.
I think about this a lot. Of like especially recently after just like experiencing music to such a degree that I have recently. The way music has like affected me in a profound like psychological, philosophical way. Like I wonder like is this like how real is all this? Like how do you know if we are really here? How do we know that we are not just some other project that was created? What is being conscious? Like what is
You want me to really blow your mind?
Sure. Okay.
I can I'm planning on doing this soon. I'm planning on doing a stream just explaining the depths and the emotions behind dubstep music.
Hmm.
That will change. If you listen in onto that, it will change your whole perception on
I
life.
I
It's
would
insane.
I would
It blew
argue.
my mind when I started getting into it.
So from the perspective of dubstep, it's possible that I may get a fresh idea of it, but I'm almost certain that there will be some dots that I've already connected. Like a good number of them I probably would have already
Probably.
connected. But from a different perspective, from a specific musical perspective, like dubstep specifically, that is,
Like,
yeah, that I'm sure I could learn
'cause
something.
what was it last week? Yeah, it was last week. I hosted a dubstep event. My goal was at the um, start of the event was to do a small history of dubstep.
Mhm.
And then I started looking into it and I started researching more, going into the history of it. And as I was going into more and more of it, it's just like, it hit me. I'm like, oh my God, I don't understand dubstep.
Hmm.
And there's so much into it. I couldn't cram all the information into 2 hours. It's like I had 2 hour window to do this lesson before the event started. And
Mhm.
I'm looking over this information. I'm like, I don't have 2 hours worth of information. I have like 4 or 5 hours worth. I have to dedicate a whole stream to this.
Yeah. Why not? Might as well.
And it's actually changed a lot of my thought process on things too. It's really inspiring.
I mean, it sounds inspiring. Like I love.
It's crazy. It blew my mind away.
Yeah, like I love when people push the envelope and they continue to progress in their knowledge and their understanding. They become just more in tune with what they do, with their craft, like their passion. I think it's important for us to always be seeking to figure out the things and suss out the things that we don't quite understand, and I think that's great. I think a lot of people will get something from that, and if I have the opportunity to actually sit in, I can. I'm almost certain that I will too get something out of it because music has been a part of my life for like pretty much my entire life. Like even before I was born, music was a part of my life. Just like music being played, no, before I was even born type thing.
Yeah.
So I get that. It's kind of weird that I didn't get into music production. I have this little nagging feeling that I feel like I could. This little nagging feeling inside of me that like maybe I could do it, but I'm not quite there yet, and I don't know if I ever will be there yet because like I have other crafts. I have other ways that I express myself creatively. Music could be just another avenue for that, but who knows? For the time being, I don't know. But I do think it's really, really great that you have a good sense of like who you are and just the depths that music has. The way music can be used as a language, as a means of communicating with people. Like so many people miss out on so many different experiences and understandings and epiphanies because they're not in tune to the conversation, to what music is saying, to what it's trying to make you feel, of what it's trying to communicate to you.
Exactly.
I think it's missed, and it's unfortunate.
I'm lucky because I didn't come across it. Here's a little background on my music whole situation. That I haven't actually. There's one person I really share this with, and he kind of backstabbed me in the more recent events. But in my back history, my whole view on music wasn't essentially just me discovering it. I was also taught it. So at the start of everything with our music, there was one DJ that really, 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 really stood out to me. His name was DJ Contracrest. And he was incredible. He ended up retiring before I ever got into music. And then I got into music. And I ended up meeting him. He liked me. He took on a few different DJs as apprentices and taught us our everything. He taught me everything on this Gemini. Oops, shit. This Gemini set here. Taught me everything. The reason I bought a Gemini set is because of him.
Oh.
And he taught me everything about it. He taught me everything about it. He taught a couple of other of us. There were 3 of us that he taught. Sadly, 2 of the others that I studied with him passed away. Kind of leaves me the last of our little bit of knowledge of what we do. And if it wasn't for him kind of taking us under our wing and teaching us everything, I probably wouldn't be as in depth in music as I am. I probably would still be doing lyrics and not happily.
I see.
My whole viewpoint on everything. It helped me understand music is emotion, music is art, music is expression, music is individualism. Music isn't anything that someone can judge or define you by. It's what you define it as. Those words itself will live on in my mind forever. Because they're true. They're blatantly true. They're brutally true.
And I agree.
Even if you don't like a song and you listen to it and you listen to the lyrics of it, there was emotion put into that song. You might not like it, but somewhere else, someone
Does, yeah.
it touched them and it touches their heart.
Yeah.
That's what music is. That's what art is.
Yeah, there have been plenty of songs.
That's the beautiful thing about it.
And there have been plenty of songs that people have said, you gotta listen to this song, and it doesn't do anything for me. And then and
the beautiful thing is, there's going to be plenty more that don't do anything and that do anything.
True.
Like that change your life and that just are nice to listen to. There's an abundance of it. Whether there is now or in the future, we don't know. Because it's never ending. That's the beautiful thing about it.
Yeah, there is new music being produced, just like there's new videos being produced on YouTube every day. There's new music being created every day.
Exactly.
So that it will be a never-ending flow of just emotional expression, and that's really cool. It's really cool to think about. But
that's something that I didn't get to learn for myself. I was taught it, which I really, 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 really accept as being such a gift. Because so many people have to learn that from themselves, but 3 of us were taught it.
Yeah, I learned it from myself.
And we try our best, or we tried our best, I should say. I still try my best to express that out, but I feel they did better. They were more successful than me, but...
Well, I think what you're doing is good stuff. I think you're making your way forward. People are noticing you. People have found you, and you're doing great stuff. I think you're creating things that are resonating with people, and I think that's at the moment that's really all that matters. It doesn't matter how popular a person is. What matters is it resonating, or people are people listening to, are people getting something meaningful out of it. And I think you're already quite on your way to making that happen. And I do have another question for you, but I think I'm going to save that for the bonus, for the post show. In the interest of potentially, keeping things on schedule. But yes. We actually, you know what? I'll ask the question. Can you explain very briefly, like, what is your process for getting ready for a set?
My process
and
for
performing.
Getting ready for a set? My process for getting ready for a set is I'll go over a few songs, basically kind of get an idea of what I want to do. And then from there, I'll fucking play it as ear. Because here's the thing, if I try to plan it, I'm going to criticize it later on as I'm going through. I'm going to make decisions. I'm going to make regrets. If I just line up the basic music I want to use and possibly while I'm mixing, find more songs I want to use and throw those in. That's amazing. That's great. That makes it perfect because I don't know what's coming up. You don't know what's coming up because I don't know what's coming up. So that's the great thing about live music. If you're going to do a live set, don't plan it. Don't plan it. Just feel the crowd. Have fun with it. That's what I do. That's why I prep. I get my basic songs lined up that I want to use. That I'm like, I want to use these specific songs for a specific time period or genre. I'll pick those. Everything else between, I'll throw sound effects off my system. I'll get my keyboard out of the closet, hook it up, so I can make some sound effects on the fly just to record it, throw it in on a loop. That's what's fun. That's what makes music great. That's what makes live music what it is. It's just not thinking, having fun in the moment, seeing the crowd, enjoying what's going on. That's why I make tons of mistakes. You listen to my sets, I will have tons of mistakes where you'll hear the beat way offset from the lyrics that are going on because I'm doing it on the fly. I didn't practice this before. All I did was go and check what songs I want to use, be like, yes, and then decide on what sound effects I'm going to use, essentially. And then all the rest is improvised because that's what the crowd wants. They want fun. They want fun excitement. They don't want planned and scheduled exactness.
Yeah, I mean that takes the wonder out of the set. If people know where things are going. It's always good to surprise. Yeah, surprise is always good.
Yeah, not only that, then the crowd can see you're up on stage enjoying it with them. It's a connection. Without that connection, and that's what I learned very early on when I was doing live shows, like IRL live shows. Without that connection, you start losing faith in yourself. You start losing confidence in yourself. You start feeling what you're doing is worthless. And that's where I got with live shows. That's why I quit.
Okay. Yeah, that's very, very insightful, and it's good to hear like your perspective on that topic matter. I feel like every DJ, every music producer has like a different mindset about that. I have another question that I will save for the post show, but okay. Yeah, it's always good to like just get that perspective from someone who's been in the business, who's been doing it for a long time, who's had their ups and downs. So it's good to hear your perspective on that.
Lots of ups and downs.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, yeah, we all have, but it makes us who we are. It makes us stronger, I would say. But yeah, we're gonna.
Makes us stronger. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
So it's a good song, okay? You said it. It got stuck in my head.
Hey, what can I say?
I'm very easily distracted.
Oh, don't worry. You've been doing fine. I need your attention for just a little bit longer.
Miracle.
Yeah. But we're gonna get into another topic that is a staple of my podcast. After we've talked about all the things that make a person, one of my guests who they are, like we go over those things. We talk about their love life a little bit.
Oh well.
Yeah. To some degree, to some degree, we may go further than others, but we always kind of touch on the topic matter, just kind of get a sense of like what they like and what they care about. So we know that you are very much you've tied the knot, which is I believe you're the
I am taken.
Yeah, I believe you're the first guest that I've ever had that is married. So that's in and of itself unique. I'm pretty sure you're the first guest.
Let me ask. Who have you had on your?
Yeah, you are the first.
Who have you had? Probably.
You're my 32nd guest. So that's a little.
Thinking about it,
that's a lot.
I might be.
Yeah, you are. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. So with that in mind, I guess what was the factor that I guess allowed you to make the decision to make that leap?
To make that leap to marry Sky?
Yeah.
A few things. Mainly, she made me wait 4 years before I could marry her. We dated for 4 years. Which essentially was really good because it actually, dating for 4 years made us the absolute best friends. So being the best friends we possibly could and absolutely knowing everything about each other makes a big difference for actually getting to marry someone. So I've been in tons of relationships before Sky.
Mm-hmm.
One of which defined me to try and, well, like I said earlier, actually at the start of this, one of those relationships defined me to try and change my
Appearance.
entirety, really.
Yeah.
Become, well, to go down the path of being trans. And but at the plus side of that, still it changed my viewpoint. It gave me a brighter view sense of acceptance and understanding. But no, I have had so many different people I've been with, and it sounds bad when I say it like that, but
I mean, it doesn't sound bad because there are tons of people who've had tons of relationships. It's not anything that's uncommon. It's really not uncommon. So you're fine. Nothing to be ashamed of, personally.
But of everyone that I've dated and everyone I've been with, besides Lyric, I even then, I don't remember the first time I met Lyric, but I remember the day I met Sky. I remember the day I saw Sky. Not even met Sky. I remember the day I saw Sky. I watched her walk into the building, and at that moment, everything paused. I don't remember anything else. I remember seeing her walk into the building behind one of my closest friends. And I watched her walk from the door to her seat. I looked at my best friend. I looked at him, I said, I have to go talk to her. He's like, well, we're not done. We were setting up a sound system. He's like, we're not done. I'm like, you have to set this up. I have to go talk to her. I stood up, I walked across the hall, and I talked to her. And I can see that day just like I'm watching a movie back. And no one else I've ever dated, no one else I've ever cared about ever comes close to that pure memory of that moment I knew I loved her. And it sounds sappy when I say it. It's like, but until you see that person that you see and you have this desire, you're like, I have to know who this person is. I have to meet them. I have to talk to them. And you talk to them, and then you become friends, and then you become best friends, and then you literally, any free time you have, you want to spend with this person. It leads up to the point where you can't live with them. You can't live without them. You have to live with them. You have to be with them. You can't not live without them.
Yeah.
That's where I got with Sky. And even then, after that, she made me wait 4 years.
Well, hey. I think
and
it
in
was
4 years, all we did was get closer and closer and closer and closer. And then finally, it was just no one else in the world mattered. And this is coming from someone who I lost someone who I thought was my true love. Early on, I fell in love with someone named Lyric. And sadly, she was killed in the line of duty. And I was devastated. I didn't think I would ever meet anyone that would ever get close to how much I cared for her. And then I met Sky. And no one comes close to how much I care about her.
I love that. It's I understand completely. I've I've had that same moment happen to me. You know, you see someone, and you have to talk to them. You have to be close to them. You have to understand
That's
them.
when people have, yeah. That's
Yeah.
when people ask me about different relationships. It's like I've had good relationships. I've had bad relationships. I've had abusive relationships, and I've lost true love.
Hmm.
But I found true love again. I've been through it all, and I can tell you 100%, never stop moving forward. The second you stop moving forward and stop pushing yourself to continue is when your spirit dies and you lose hope.
Hmm.
And we're nothing without hope.
So true. So true. It's so nice to meet someone who you say the same things I do, just in a different way. Like you use different words, and but we say the same things. It's very, very cool. I love that. I love this so much. Yeah, I 100% like I can relate to that so much. I have my doubts. I have my doubts, but I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about, my future, or whether I'm going to encounter true love, or whatever the fuck. I'm not I'm
You
not I'm
have
not
your doubts
I'm not
until
I'm
it
not worried. Yeah,
happens.
until it
That's the
happens.
thing.
Until it happens. So but I'm not too worried about it. Like
We all
it's
have our doubts.
yeah, like I'm at the very least, like right now I know that I'm just living my life. But again, this isn't about me. This is about you. It's not about me. So
That's the thing, too, to think about with life in general, is you might not think you have a true love out there, but that's the beauty of it. That's the adventure.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Go look for them.
Mm.
You're. It goes back to the fact that you're the main character of your story. What if you were reading this in a book? Would you not say, "Go look for them"?
Mm.
You would, and that's what you do. You go look.
Yes, but I
The
would
worst
say
thing that could happen is someone could say no.
right, exactly.
But just keep looking.
Yeah, so I would change that around just a little bit. I wouldn't say go looking. I would say
Yes.
live your life for you, and make sure that you are taken care of, and continue to work on yourself until you're so that when the person does enter your life, you have your shit together, and that you can be your best version of yourself
Yes,
to
that
them.
is much
You're
better.
not looking. You're not actively looking.
100%.
You're living your
Okay.
life. And that's the only thing I would change.
Yeah, that is better. Totally.
Cool. See,
I agree.
same things, different words. It's beautiful. I love it.
Exactly. See?
Yeah. So
Perfect. No, 100%.
hell yeah, hell yeah. So you've been how long have you been married to her?
We've been married for 8 years.
Wow. Wow. Okay, that was
8 years.
that was a while ago. Okay.
Surprise!
Yeah,
Been a while.
this has been a while. All right. So with that in mind, let's see. Like, when it comes to what you look for, what you saw in Sky, what was it about her that struck you? I guess what is a better way to word this is what is a priority for you? What traits do a person need to exhibit to be someone that you pay attention to? And that obviously
One
Sky
trait.
would have.
I have one trait that I look for someone, I look for in people. And the people I attach to and I get really close to all have this one trait. That's individualism. And Sky is one of the few people that personifies that. And there's a few people, there's a very small group of people that I hold very close to my heart that I consider as the personification of that, as that specific word, individualism. I can actually count them off. It'd be easy. It'd be Mooney, Sky, Shadow, you, and oh fuck, I feel bad. I don't remember the name.
Oops. They will never know,
I remember
though.
the other one. Anyways, I
will
don't
never-
remember them right now.
They will never know.
We'll go with this. It's a secret.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
we go. Yeah. Fair.
But yeah, and then Castle's in there as well, and so is Candy Devil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very small group.
Okay. And I guess let's see. Would anything? I mean, you dated Sky for 4 years. What? Okay, so despite having that trait, what is there anything that would be like a deal breaker for you when it comes to involving yourself with someone? This can be something in the past. Obviously, Sky doesn't
Deal
have a deal
breaker.
breaker since you've been together for so long. But like, what?
No, the Sky doesn't have a deal breaker.
Yeah. So what would be one, or what has been one? Just out of curiosity.
That's a really good question. Deal breaker for me. Very interesting. You're swaying exactly along to the same beat as the song that I have playing right now. I know you're not listening to this
I'm not.
too, so it's like
Hey, birds of a
deal breaker.
feather.
That's a intriguing question. Probably if I say an absolute deal breaker for me, based on past experiences, is if they're overly manipulative to get their own way, I think is the main deal breaker. Other than that, I can probably handle anything else. And that's literally based on the way one person tried to influence their views and their aspects on me to change who I am without me wanting to change.
I see. Okay.
Which was the cause of recent drama.
Right.
We talked about it.
We talked about it.
I won't get into it.
We won't
'cause
get
it's
into
touchy.
it. We don't. I don't.
Exactly.
I'm not a fan of drama on my podcast. We talk about everything under the sun. It's not that I want to keep things light or that I don't want to have meaningful conversations. We just don't get into drama. It's just I'm not looking to proliferate drama. I'm not looking to keep drama alive.
Exactly, 100%.
Yeah. So totally
Hence why I'm
understandable.
not putting any names out there. I'm just saying exactly what.
Yeah. Cool.
You know the situation?
Yes.
I know the situation.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of get the background of what now.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. So with that in mind, how do you like to be shown? Like how I guess what is the best way for someone to show love to you, and how
Show love to me.
Yeah, how is that? What is your? I guess we usually call it love language typically, but do you have like a method by which one shows appreciation?
Easy.
Music.
Simple. Worship me. No, I'm kidding.
Same, hun. Same. Let me be your everything. But seriously.
I was like, seriously though.
Yeah.
It's just honestly, as long as I get mutual respect and love out of it, I'm happy. Whoever I'm with, if I can make you happy, I'll be happy. Because essentially what it comes down to, even though a lot of people call me prideful, I love and I enjoy and I get great joy out of making others happy and content. So if I can make you happy and content, I'm happy. I love it. So that's the goal. But a lot of people don't understand that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, people draw their own conclusions about a person based on whatever they've seen or heard, and they, I think people miss out. They miss out, and they, because they've already, you can't convince somebody to think differently when they've already made up their mind. you just can't do it.
Yeah.
If someone insists on being closed-minded, you can't open up a mind that is already closed. They've already made their decision. Doesn't matter what you say. You can't change their mind. So I think it's there are a lot of people these days, I would say, that are very much like that, which is unfortunate. But we stay away from those people. We don't give them the time of day. It is what it is.
But that's something that me and Sky have. We have such a deep understanding of each other that like even if we have an argument, it doesn't last even till the next day, because by the end of the day we've always made up about it. We've always been like, okay, I was wrong about this, but I was right about this, and she was like, I was wrong about this, but I was right about this, or I said this wrong and I said that wrong, but I was right about this and this. It's compromise.
Mm-hmm.
And the best way I can put it is perfect partnership in the two decisions made. That's the best way I can put it. Is nothing's you any when you're when you're in a relationship, nothing's just you anymore.
Yeah.
It's not about you. It's about you and them.
Mm-hmm. So true. So true. Yeah. I agree with that wholeheartedly. It's I think that's I think some people take that to a very high degree, to the point where they isolate themselves and all they do is spend time with that person, and they lose their friends because they want to dedicate themselves to that person, but then they end up forgetting about all the people who were there for them when they didn't have anybody.
Yeah.
So I agree. It becomes a two-way street where both of you are pursuing each other, you're helping each other, you're reaching compromises, you're discussing things, and you're working together. It's a partnership. You're working together. You're in
Exactly.
it together. So I like that.
When you're in a relationship, you're a team.
Yes, true, so true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And,
until you realize that you're not going to have the best relationship. I'm sorry to say, but it's true.
It happens. It definitely happens. And I think 4 years to figure that out is. I think that's how it used to be.
Yeah, no,
That's how it used to be.
In my family, we have a saying for my dear beloved Sky. We call her the smart one, because she is clearly the smartest of us all.
The fact that she took so long to make up her mind, or?
Oh, she made me wait 4 years to make sure I was sure.
Oh, okay, all right, that's fair. Yeah.
And in general, it's like every time it's like we have something that's like, it could be like a childish, emotional opinion about something. She has the most logical output on something, or like the viewpoint on something, and it's like, yeah, she's our smart one.
Hell yeah, I like that.
I think that started with my sister Shauna originally calling her oops.
Whoop. Don't worry about it. There are plenty of people with that name.
Here's the thing, okay? If I said her,
there are plenty of people with that
name. I could call her by her name. I could call her name by her actual name, Shauna, or I could give her name that is her. She would rather me call her Shauna than her gamer tag. I'm sorry, her gamer tag on everything is Chubby Chicken. Do you really want that to be the name you're known by?
No. No.
Exactly. So, anyway, it was my sister Shauna, originally called Sky the Smart One, jokingly, and it's kind of stuck in my family, so Sky's the smart one.
That's cool. That's really cool. I like that kind of dynamic. I hope one day that I can be the smart one, because Sky and I, we got on pretty well. Had like long-winded conversations where we're listening to your set.
I saw you two talking.
Yeah. Like she's very smart, very smart, very logical, and I definitely vibe with her on that level. So that's pretty cool. I love that. And yeah, I think. I guess, what advice would you give to somebody who, who may be very interested in somebody and maybe they're courting somebody, or maybe they're like, maybe they haven't quite found their true love yet. I'm not looking for advice. This is not for me. I don't need advice. I've seen plenty. I've gone through enough. I am good. I figured it out. I understand who I am. But for other people who maybe
If you want advice, I'm always here.
Yeah.
DM me.
I definitely will, but I guarantee
I
you,
don't need advice.
I guarantee you, we are on the same wavelength. I'm good. I'm good. But with regards to others who may be maybe in the process,
others.
who are working on themselves, who are maybe with somebody, or who maybe wanting to get married to somebody. Like what is like a little bit of advice to for them to consider before maybe taking that leap.
Or taking that leap. Never be afraid to date someone. Like, if you're worried about what someone's going to think about you, don't worry about that. Your own worries are only going to stunt your own chances. You're never going to know if you don't try. Get in there, ask them. Until you ask, you're never going to know. And then, if you don't know, later on down the line of your life, that's going to lead to regrets. You're never going to forget about that. And then you're going to think back when you finally do find someone, you're going to think back about that person, and that's going to question the relationship you're in now.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've been there, so I can tell you. You think back about, I should have asked this person when you're dating this person and getting really close to this person. You love this person, but you think, I really like that person, but I never got the chance to ask them. You're going to question that, and it's going to ruin your relationship that you're in right now. Don't waste your time. Get in there. Ask them. Try to get to know them. Don't be scared. The worst thing that could happen is they'll say no, and you're left with a friend.
Yes, true.
Realistically, that's the last thing that happens. It's like, they'll say no, you still have them as a friend.
Yeah, if you're lucky. If you're lucky,
someone
you
else.
still have them as a friend.
If you're lucky. If they're really meh, then
if they're just looking to fuck, that's not gonna fly.
yeah,
Unfortunately.
then you're better off without them.
Yeah, you're better off without them. So I completely agree. But yeah, like if you're lucky enough to keep them as a friend, totally keep them as a friend. Yeah, which is what that is what I try to do.
Happen.
Yeah.
One, you'll find out that they're just not good for you, or two, they're a good friend.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, it's win-win.
Absolutely, I completely agree with that. So
you might feel upset for a brief moment, but you'll be fine in due time.
The
Never
pain,
give up.
The pain is temporary. If you allow it to be, you can move on from it. You can rise above it. And exactly. I always I encourage people so many times. I've encouraged myself many times to just be able to rise above, the pain, the disappointment. It's hard, but you can do it. You can absolutely do it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you and I are very much living examples of that sort of thing. It's hard to bounce back, but you can do it.
Let's see, we're the smart ones, clearly. So obviously, listen to us. We know what we're talking about.
Obviously, we've lived, and we understand.
We're the experts.
We know what's up. So I got a couple more questions for you. But before we get into those questions, I do want to. Those of you who are listening and viewing right now, I do want to let you know that we will be having a post show. We'll be asking Sinna a couple of other questions once we are done with the main podcast segment. So if you're interested in seeing more of that content, the extra questions that we do end up talking about, and just all the other stuff that we get up to on stream, I would encourage you to check out my Patreon at patreon.com/Neferty. Check that out. I make the post-show content available to all of my patrons. Anyone who's promoting or supporting me there, they get that content there. So if you're interested, do check that out. And I'd love to see you. All right. So basically, a couple more questions for you. Where would you like to see yourself? Where do you where would you like to be in 2 years? I always get this question confused in my head because I'm so used to having
In 2 years?
answered question. Well, I always used to asking it one way, but where would you like to be 2 years from now? That's the better question.
Preferably and honestly alive, but realistically,
Felt.
a little more successful than
Felt.
I am now.
Yeah. I too would like to
Hey,
be
here's
alive.
the thing. I'm 30. It's like from here, it's like it feels like everything's downhill.
I'm sure it isn't. I'm sure it isn't. It just seems that way. 30s are the new 20s.
Exactly.
It's true.
30 is the new great. We're amazing.
Yes. Yeah. It's the time to move fast, make mistakes. 20 is just
Exactly.
20 is just you're just making mistakes throughout your 20s, just making mistakes, and then your 30s,
yeah.
you're actually seeing you're seeing everything that you've learned in your
Oh,
20s come into fruition, but you're still making mistakes.
And I've made how many mistakes?
Yeah. So you'd like to be alive and a little bit more successful than you are right now. And just overall, or in a specific area?
In my productions, I just really want to be able to get somewhere with my productions, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, that's the goal. Now that I know that it's kind of self-sabotage that's been happening, me not marketing myself, I can work on that. That's easy. I have college education on that. I can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I didn't. I don't have college education on it. I just know things.
Something you didn't ask me on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I can definitely ask you, but I'm okay. I'm doing all right. Okay. The way that I've learned how to do marketing is by sucking at it in my 20s. Sucked at it. I was bad. But I've learned. I've made mistakes, and now I'm pretty okay.
Learn from your mistakes.
Exactly. So
Exactly.
So the next question for you is, do you have any advice to give to those who may be listening, watching, that you'd like to kind of leave people with? Any sort of advice that you'd like to leave them with?
It depends.
In general, it could be about anything. It could literally be about anything. Just like
Advice on life?
Yeah,
Advice on life.
It could be on anything. Okay, that's fine. Whatever you want. Whatever you want it to be. Whatever you think they would benefit from your own personal experiences.
From my personal experience, advice on life, by far is the most important, is just change your thought process. Don't think of yourself as you. Think of yourself as the main character. Until you start thinking of yourself as the main character of your story and take control of that. Once you do take control of that, it's going to change your life. You're going to see a whole new outlook on life. You're going to love your life. It literally changes everything. When you start thinking of yourself as the main character of your story, which is wild because you think of life. Life is so complicated.
Mm-hmm.
And then you think it's like, this is a story. I can write it.
Yeah.
Write it. Write your own story. It changes your whole outlook on life. Life becomes enjoyable. Think of yourself as a main story character. It will change your life. That's the best advice I can give anyone. It changed my life. It changed everyone else that I've talked to, that I've given that advice to. It's the best advice I can give.
Hell yeah. Cool. Like I've been living that way for a good portion of my life. So I completely agree.
Yeah.
It's an amazing feeling to feel as though you have control.
Great.
And even things that you don't have control over, that's fine. It's just those are just things that happen to you. But there's so much that you have control over, and we should focus on that. Focus on things that we can control and not the things that we can't. And that will empower you. 100%. I agree.
Exactly. It'll empower you.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Totally.
Hell yeah.
That's a great way of wording it.
Same things, different words.
Exactly.
That's how we do. So, can we let's do a little self-promotion here, shall we? Where can the people find you?
Yeah. I don't know.
Where can the people find you? Mhm.
You can find me. I mean, you can find me on Spotify. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on
Specific names.
SoundCloud.
Is it all
I'm trying to think what they are. Here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. Google Sinna Vox. If you find anything pertaining to Sinna Vox, that's me. I'm the only one.
Okay.
You want to know why I'm the only one? I've trademarked the name, bitches. Try and take it from me.
I mean, if you want something to truly be yours, put legalese behind
Hell
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Legally, Sinna Vox is my name. No one can copy it. No one can use it in any iteration. Whether it's lowercase, capitalized, or with a space, or with an underscore, or with a dash, I have it copyrighted.
All right.
I cover my bases. I took legal.
Hell yeah.
I have a legal degree. I have a JD in legal. Yeah.
All right. I think that makes things all very, very easy for a lot of people.
Yeah, Google Sinna Vox. If you find anything pertaining to Sinna Vox, it's me.
All right. Very cool. Very cool.
I'm the only one.
Nice. As you prefer it. As you prefer it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It makes me amazing.
Yes, it does. It actually does. It actually does.
I'm kidding. Oh no.
No. It actually does.
Epic, maybe, but you know.
I would argue that epic is a stronger word than amazing. I would argue.
Well, clearly, because it defines me. No, I'm kidding.
All right. So we now you guys know where to find this lovely individual here. Where you can find me. You can find me over at That's cute. I like that. I got mute poked.
It's my signature boop.
Yes, that is your signature mute boop. Yes. I've been studying.
Boop, boop.
I've been studying.
You've been studying.
Yeah. I observe people who I interview, and I see what you do on stream. I know that's your thing.
I
Yeah.
didn't do anything. No.
Yeah.
Shut up.
But you guys
Maybe I
can
love
find.
that.
Yeah, I'm sure. But you guys can find me if you don't know so already. If you're watching on Twitch, welcome. Hey, you're already here, so thank you for finding me on Twitch. I would appreciate if you hit the follow button if you're already on Twitch. So thank you for being here if you're already on Twitch. If you're watching this on YouTube, congratulations, you've already found me on YouTube. On Twitch, my name is Neferty with 2 eyes. On YouTube, my name is @Neferty with 1 eye. And also on Twitter X, my name is Neferty with 2 eyes, the same thing as it is on Twitch. And if you'd like to keep up with information about the podcast itself, you can find me at Sweet Talking Pod at Sweet Talking Pod on Twitter X. That will keep you up to date with the guests that we are having, the teases, and the information about when those guests will be on the podcast. You can get all of your updates from there. So feel free to follow that account on Twitter if you have one. And if you don't have Twitter, you're more than welcome to join my Discord. There are links to that either in my link tree or down below if you're watching this live. So feel free to join the Discord if you so choose. Otherwise, find me on those websites, and you'll be able to keep up with, at the very least, me and the content that comes out on the podcast, which I think is a pretty good deal. It's all free, and there's also my Patreon.
Be like Frank. Just say if you don't follow or join the Discord, you're doing life wrong. Amazing marketing.
That is pretty strong marketing. That's pretty strong marketing. But Maybe when I have like 5K followers, then I'll have enough confidence. I'll have enough pull to say something like that. But for me personally, I don't think I am eager. I have confidence in myself, not that much confidence. So kudos to
I'll
Frank.
demand it for you. If you're doing life wrong, if you're not following Nefertiti, you're doing life wrong.
Okay. See, like having someone vouch for me is
Says
great.
the Queen of Mutes.
Says the Queen of Mutes. Yes. And if you're not checking out Sinna and what she's up to, you are also doing it wrong because she's doing great stuff, making interesting music. I look forward to learning more about the music that she creates and the things and the content the streams that you will be doing in the future. And you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot of things, and you have done a lot of things. You have a wealth of knowledge and insight that I think a lot of people do not have, and I think that makes you an invaluable person. Like you're very much someone that is worth knowing, if for no other reason than the fact that you've lived. You've lived and you've seen and you've experienced.
I've had a fun life.
Yeah. And like I know there are things that you've told me that we didn't talk about on the podcast, but like you've seen a lot of things that I have not seen firsthand. So I have all the respect for you. I want nothing more than to see you thrive and continue to succeed. And I sincerely hope that that if nothing else, maybe this podcast will at least let more people know about who you are and just how awesome you are.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. So, with that out the way, I want to remind you guys really quickly, please do like, subscribe, all the great stuff on YouTube. I would really appreciate that. It really means a lot to me. It definitely helps the channel and it helps me grow as a content creator. Even if you're watching this on Twitch right now, if you could pop over to my YouTube real quick and subscribe, that'd be really helpful. Super, super helpful. It's free, costs you nothing. And I'd really appreciate that. And also, if you are interested in my Patreon, once more, you can find my Patreon at patreon.com/Nefertiti. You can join the Patreon for $0. You can just follow for no cost. You do not have to subscribe. You can just follow. $0. But you can also choose to subscribe if you like. There are great rewards there if you are interested in those things. You can decide that for yourself. But yeah, check it out. Patreon.com/Nefertiti. And with that is going to do it for us. That was episode 32 of the Sweet Talking Podcast with me, Nefertiti, and my guest, Sinna Vox. It's been a pleasure chatting with you, hanging out with you, learning more about you, and I certainly hope that people walked away with something, hopefully it was something meaningful, something useful. So I can only hope for that, but I certainly hope so. I've learned a lot, and I'm very, very satisfied. I'm looking forward to seeing where our friendship goes. So,
yeah, totally. Hell
yeah. So until next time, thank you all for tuning in. I sincerely appreciate your support. And this is a labor of love in a lot of ways. So I really do appreciate your support. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you got something out of this. If you did get something out of this podcast, please leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. So until next time, I'll see you. Please be kind to yourselves and be kind to each other. You never know who might be going through something that you don't understand. So be kind to each other, be kind to yourselves, and I will see you guys in the next one. So thank you for tuning in. I'll see you very soon. Until next time, thanks so much for joining me, and bye-bye for now.